Stores. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler and Jeep. You know, I saw an ad the other day, and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the discount they were offering. That was $20,000 off, only to find out they put a $12,000 to $15,000 lift kit on this truck, marked it up $38,000, and then said they're taking $20,000 off. Make that make sense in somebody's head. Folks, come check us out. RedRiverRam.com. See why we're Arkansas's #1 Ram dealer, or make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Mo Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter, Andy Kate, with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, when you purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower, receive your choice of a free pressure washer or generator, an unbeatable bonus of up to $7.99 for the month of August to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends August 31st. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot. Find them on Facebook.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Open the lid on a carton of Bluebell Homemade in the Shade, and you'll have it made, so to speak. It's a combination of our top-selling homemade vanilla ice cream with a swirl of rich chocolate fudge sauce. Enjoy an instant classic.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all 10-box Cost Plus stores and all Family Market grocery stores.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state, or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Kenny Ronnie Sandlin at 6'3", 313. Hogs are up there. One back set. Matt Jones. The give is to Cobbs. Cobbs at the 10. Cobbs at the 5. Touchdown! Arkansas!
And then if you're Houston Nutt, you don't call the ball. You call the quarterback sneak. You hand the ball off to Cedric Cobbs, who does a great job of bouncing around the corner. Everybody's expecting the quarterback sneak. Your fastest player in that backfield, Cedric Cobbs, 16 yards for the TD. And I think I might as well say that Cedric Cobbs is back. The confidence level, the ability to run, the power, everything he's put in order today.
Good afternoon. Welcome once again to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. Good afternoon, Mr. Rick Schaeffer.
You know, it's the first day of practice, and Cedric Cobbs is back?
He's back.
Is he?
He is toting the mail.
No kidding.
That's the reason why I played that, because he's back.
Really?
That means, yes, C4 is back. Arkansas began practice today, their first practice. The only problem was I didn't see him on the depth chart.
Was he like at practice watching, or?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a mystery.
So this is the first day of 2025 practice, and you played a clip that said Cedric Cobbs is back.
He's back!
With Paul Eels, who hadn't been with us for 20 years, and Keith Jackson declaring that. That was just a really unusual start to the first day of practice.
Well,
2001.
I mean,
24, that was 24 years ago?
That was just like yesterday.
24 years ago.
2001, that was the 7 overtime affair from Oxford, Mississippi.
This year's team will no doubt be inspired by that. I'm just at a loss of what to even say about starting first practice with that clip.
What would you have preferred?
Coming on and saying, hey, it was the first day of practice. We know Trey Biddy's going to be on and talk about it. What do you think about the first day of practice? And I'd come on and say, it was great, because the first day of practice is always great, and tomorrow will be great. And Monday, well, you know, they've started off a little slow, but they picked it up as they went along. And Tuesday, first day in pads, as you would expect. I mean, we can go ahead and recite what they're going to say every day, right? But I thought maybe for the first day of practice, because everybody's happy on the first day, that's kind of how you'd start.
Well, I mean, this is how about this one?
Davis is the running back. Wilson's going to throw over the middle. He's got a man alone at the 40. That's Hamilton, middle of the field, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. There's a flag down back at the 31 of Arkansas. They may have hit the quarterback late. They did. Yes. They'll decline the penalty, and it goes for 57 yards and a touchdown.
Okay. I started saying it. Don't put it in a highlight. Then you got a penalty that wipes it out.
That was a lot more recent. What was that, Tyler Wilson to Kobe?
Yeah, I think that's all. I think I jumped all the way up to 2012.
That's great.
Something like that. Okay,
I'm Green in there somewhere.
Okay, let's see.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else on this team you'd even have in there.
Okay, I was looking under Chuck Barrett.
Did Braylon Russell? Did he score in the Liberty Bowl? Maybe you could play that, or
see this. It's obvious my board needs to be updated, because, here's the best of 2003. Here's the best of 2005.
That's great. Now, I know the team might have been better back then at times. Not always, but at times. But I think this team's going to be okay. Don't you?
Let's see here.
Never mind. I didn't ask you. I didn't mean to ask you.
No, you were asking me a question while I was trying to concentrate.
I was asking you if you thought the team would be better, but then I thought, no, I better not ask you.
Oh, my goodness. Is that not? That's a way to get started right there. I think they had a terrible first day of practice. What are you talking about, Rick Schaeffer? Okay. I doubt you have taken the time to do this. So, I'll bring this to your attention regardless.
Okay.
And that is, I don't know if you noticed, and I will bring this up to. By the way, number 5, Jacaden Ferguson.
Hey, he made a good catch. Didn't he, today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5 made a great
good catch.
Good catch.
And, And I'm sure Cam Ball had a good day, so the 2 number 5s did just fine.
Yeah, he did. He did. But did you notice in the running back rotation? Now, I know Trey is going to tell us.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the actual depth chart. What you see out there for day 1, day 2, no matter what day we're talking about, until they actually take the field against Alabama A&M, that will be your true depth chart. However, did it not seem strange that Braylon Russell wasn't on either the first, second, or even third team? It was Michael Washington, A.J. Green, Cam Settles.
Yeah, I find that high. You don't think he's in the transfer portal again, do you?
If I get a dirty note from his mother saying, why is Rick continuing to stir that stick? See, his mother's calling you right now. I don't blame her.
It was said in humor. I don't expect that he is.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not open right
now. Do you realize all the people out there listening, all they heard was, I wonder if Braylon Russell is in the transfer portal. I'm going to look at Twitter. I now can even look on Facebook and see all the negative comments that's going to be forthcoming.
You know why he's going to transfer? Because C3 is back. That's why.
C3?
Yeah, you just said Cedric Cobbs. You played the early. The first thing
is he
you
not
played
C4?
Well, whatever
when
he
did he become C3?
For whatever he was.
I can't help you. I've got your microphone turned on. I can see your lips moving. But you are.
I didn't know if it was working or not in here.
Hey, the first clip you played is Cedric Cobbs is back, and then Braylon Russell's missing. So, let's don't put those together.
Well, we found out that C4 had an extra year of eligibility.
C4, that's right. He's going to be C5.
So he was brought back from
oh my gosh,
his slumber. Okay, I don't know
why
I don't know
he's
who to
not on
blame.
there.
I don't know who to blame.
We'll have to ask Trey.
I don't know who to
We'll have to
blame.
ask Trey.
I don't know who to blame for this. I only have old stuff in here. I don't have anything new.
Okay.
Maybe it's because
why don't you play old days? Play Old Days by Chicago. That's a great song.
Well, I mean, I probably could get that in this system rather quickly. Things happen rather quickly.
Kramer will find it. Don't play it, Kramer. It's okay. It is a great song.
Thank you for the 479. All right. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. I think it's a great way to start the show. That is Razorback football to me. That from Chris in Springdale. How about that?
And I have been sharing a lot of classic moments on our Instagram and our Facebook. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm really excited. I'm showing like current stuff too, but like classic stuff is classic stuff for a reason.
That's true.
Lucas and Smith, who made that great catch, split wide to the left. Cobb's your tailback. Poitras steps off the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8 Arkansas at the Tennessee 23-yard line. Poitras in motion. Sterner, play action. Looking, pumps, throws down the middle. Touchdown! Arkansas! Oh my! Lucas goes up, makes the catch, and the Hogs take the lead in this ball game, 27-24. 23 yards, and the Razorbacks have the lead.
So that's getting a little bit.
It's 1999.
Okay. I was thinking.
Hey, if this was like midway through practice, first preseason practice, I would get it. Midway through, you're kind of okay. That's it's okay. It's kind of the dog days after a couple of weeks, but the first day.
Well,
it's okay.
The only thing better than that.
The only thing better.
Thing better than that.
Okay.
Because you can hear the groan, not only from the crowd, but you can also hear it from the press box. When David Basil's favorite song is played in Arkansas football. greatest mysteries needs to be solved. Rick, I can assign this to you. This assignment to you.
How many times they say, "Hey Jude" and "Hey Jude"?
A lot.
Why is this song played at every Razorback game?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm asking.
I have
this
no
is a
clue.
sincere question.
Yeah. Who am I supposed to ask? I would have asked
I don't
Kevin
know.
Trainer, but today's his first day with the alumni.
Well, you can still
Association.
ask him.
But he may know.
He
Yeah,
may still know.
He
Yeah.
he hadn't. His memory didn't leave him that quickly.
No, surely not.
Okay. All right.
No, and
Why do they play Hey Jude? I don't know why
What
they
is
play
the
Hey Jude.
significance of?
I don't know.
I
It is-
liked it until David just, oh my gosh, every time I look at Twitter, he's bashing it, asking why.
Well, I agree.
Well, I'll tell you, I do enjoy
the
when
Beatles.
when everybody is singing together. It is a powerful thing, and that is one thing we can all na together. I don't need to know the words for that.
Well, what they need to do is recruit a quarterback named Jude.
Jude, 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 Jude.
They keep singing his song. Yeah, hey, the Beatles were great when they first came out. Later, they got on drugs and stuff. Come on.
Well, the music got better by that time.
It got worse. How could you?
I mean, what didn't you like to go on the Magical Mystery Tour with them?
I did like the Magical Mystery Tour, and I liked a couple songs on that album. But from that point on, I didn't like them that much.
My kids got to watch. We watched the Get Back documentary a couple years ago, like the 4-parter.
Yeah.
And they liked the Beatles because I like the Beatles and my dad likes the Beatles. But they liked them in a different way after watching that documentary. It was really cool.
Hard Day's Night, I Want to Hold Your Hand, those songs. But then when they get into the, Hey Jude, come on.
I mean, that was an Oscar-winning movie, The
Back
Yellow
in the
Submarine. Don't you remember that
USSR.
one?
It was okay.
You know, we need to start playing more songs that repeat. Like we need "Ain't No Sunshine," so I know can be repeated a lot.
Bill Withers, he gets tired there at the end, though.
Oh my gosh, he ought to.
He's had enough.
He does
Okay,
know a lot.
so since we've deviated to Morning Madness again,
Yeah, well, did you say is David Basil the one that hates them playing I Hate Jude? Is that who he-
yes, David.
I don't blame him.
Just talk to David.
Hey baby, who cares about that too? That was Bruce Chanel. That was back in the early '60s. They play that.
What,
every
I want to
game,
be your
don't they?
girl. Hey,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah. Hey,
I thought this was Roy Orbison.
No. Bruce Chanel. There were so many great songs back in the '60s they could use. How about fun, fun, fun? That's what we ought to be having at the games, right? Instead of Hey Baby and Hey Jude.
If I told my kids we're going to go watch a game and listen to songs from the 60s the whole time, my Gen Alpha kids would be like, yeah, I'm going to just stay home and watch it on TV.
Hey. Okay. All right, let's see. Now, we have
Really,
said,
hey, Willie Mays would have loved the Razorback games. He was
say
a
hey, baby.
kid.
Say hey, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely going to change.
He says, say hey, and they do.
Jack, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Well, I hate to bust up the music.
I know, baby. We're rocking
here.
Well, we could play Hit the Road,
Jack. You guys were doing a heck of a job. But I've got a sports question I'd like to answer.
Hallelujah.
I don't drive time sports.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I hate to switch subjects on you like that.
Jack, you're messing up this program.
Oh, please do. We're happy.
Anyway, quick question. Okay, if I've been listening to the pundits, and if Pittman goes 6-6 again this year, is he gone in your opinion, or not?
Have no idea, but this is an interesting statement, and you can read into this any way you wish. He said to either yesterday or today, I think yesterday's press conference.
That's correct.
He feels good about this team.
That is correct.
If he didn't feel good about this team, he'd be at his place on Lake Hamilton. Now, does that mean if he doesn't feel good at the end of the year, he's going to go to his place on Lake Hamilton? Does that mean he has to feel good about the team every year to stay? Seriously, I did not know how to interpret that question. Because he was asked, like at the end of last year when he was recruiting, he says, yeah, I got this great place, but I'm still the football coach. I want to be the coach. And he was saying that in reference to his hips feeling better after the hip replacement surgery. But nonetheless, it does give you pause when you hear that. But he does feel good about the team. I don't know how Hunter Yurachek regards what kind of season they have to have. Obviously, his buyout goes down considerably. We don't know. But this team, it'd be good.
Well, I kind of wondered because, 4-8 followed by 2 6-6s. It's just not an upward trajectory, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, again, there's so many things that go into this. Obviously, finances are big. Obviously, Pittman is 63 years old. Although these days that's not so old in college football anymore. Petrino's about that same age. They're about the same age. And so we just don't know. Does Hunter feel like, hey, if they win 7 or 8 games, that may peak? Because what if Arkansas wins 8 games this year? And you're talking about upward trajectory. Does that mean next year they have to win 9 for him to keep his job? We don't know any of that. We're not the decision makers.
What I would say,
okay,
Jack,
well, thank you for answering my question.
Thank you, Jack.
Like I say, hey, y'all get back to the music review. I'd like to see what you thought of some of the other '60s rock groups, and I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, Jack.
Oh,
I'll say this back to what Rick said a moment ago. I think first and foremost, finances is the ultimate decision maker.
Yeah.
If he goes 6-6, that is Pittman, and the Razorbacks go 6-6, it can't be less. I think less
I don't think it can be
say
less.
automatic.
Yeah.
But if it's 6-6 again, regardless of the outcome of the bowl game, it will be where Arkansas is financially, because it's not just Sam Pittman's buyout.
You got to push.
And
you
then
hire a new
you got to
coach
hire a
and
new
pay him
coach
$8
on
million.
top of that.
Yeah, that's right.
So
you got to bring in a whole new staff. That's right.
It is all about money. It's all about financing. You can gripe. You can say what you want to. That your check doesn't care. All he cares about is making money. Well, he's got to make money in order to pay these salaries. He's got to pay, whether it's buying somebody out or whether it's bringing somebody in, and then the staffs that go with them.
That's right. And here we can talk about how football is 70% of your revenue. We can talk about all that we want to. But 100% of your revenue pays for all your sports. So what you have to weigh it against is if you fire the coach and have to pay $3 or $4 million more for a new coach, and you got the other costs, assistant coaches, their salaries got to go up. Maybe you have some long-term contracts with these assistants you got to pay off. You got to consider all that. Does that, if you take a hit on that, does it affect baseball, track, the other sports that are successful? Do you have to start slashing them? Because overall, if you look at Arkansas's overall program, it's really good. It's really good. Basketball is good. Baseball is good. Track is good. Golf is good. The women's sports are good. It's good. And so, yes, if football is not good, you suffer because that's your number one sport. But if you suffer to the point where all of a sudden a financial hit causes the other sports to suffer, that's difficult. And people don't usually take that into consideration. On the other hand, you have to consider, if you don't change, how does it affect your football revenue the next year? That was the main thinking point with Coach Broyles. Now, again, we're talking about 25 years ago. We're not talking about now. I get that. But his philosophy was, if you couldn't sell tickets because the fans lost total confidence in the coach, you had to fire the coach. That's the way he looked at it. That's why Lou Holtz was fired. That's why Danny Ford was fired, is because fans had lost. Well, Holtz's recruiting had gone down, and his last year they went 6-5. With Danny Ford, obviously, 3 of the last 4 years they were 4-7. But that was Coach Broyles' thinking, was if the fans had lost confidence in the coach and they wouldn't buy tickets, you had to make a change. Now, I don't know. I have no idea how Hunter thinks. He's not responsible to either one of us. Doesn't have to answer any of our questions. So I have no idea about that.
I have no answer either, but obviously there are many fans who want to change, and I really don't know if an 8-win season would pacify those that want to change.
This year?
This year.
Then those that want to change, if 8 wins this year doesn't pacify them, then they're not going to get a change. They need to go find another team.
Tend to agree with you. All right, Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue in just one moment.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
With Whataburger's new Bigger Better Bundles, you can upgrade your favorite Whata meal into 2 meals. You can add a kid's Whata meal for $4 and take it home to your little you. Or you can add a double meat junior Whata meal for $5 and save it for later. For you. Or you can add a Whata Wings 9-piece for $6 and just enjoy that now. Yep, with Bigger Better Bundles, you can bring the kids along. Or give it to your Uncle Mo. Or stop by and surprise your coworkers. Upgrade your Whata meal with Bigger Better Bundles for a limited time. Only at What a Burger.
Morning Mayhem on the road Wednesday with our good friend Steve Brown with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. The summer auto loan special with Alcoa ends at the end of the month. Don't delay and take advantage of rates as low as 1.99%.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
At Mosquito Joe, our passion is making outside fun again. One of the most popular ways of achieving that goal is with a mosquito misting system. Mosquito Joe misting systems can be installed discreetly around your backyard, patio, boat dock, anywhere you're getting bogged.
The really cool thing about Mosquito Joe misting systems is that they mist automatically every day when mosquitoes are most active. And, if I want to, I can operate the system on my phone with a super easy-to-use app.
Mosquito misting systems. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, Paul Killingsworth in Cabot, or Chris Allen in Stuttgart today.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Tune into The Zone Monday when the Wood Rock Touchdown Club, sponsored by Simmons Bank, announces the 2025 lineup at War Memorial Stadium. Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw, Houston Nutt, Brett Favre, John Gruden have all spoken to the club. Who will be on the list this year? Found out Monday in The Zone.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. Let's check in with my man, Neal Atkinson, by way of Bet Saracen. Man, wasn't that a great game last night to open up the National Football League? Basically, Detroit was a no-show, but at least we did get to see Isaiah Tesla. He had a couple of catches for about 46, 47 yards. So at least he showed a little bit there. But, man, The season is underway, even if it is exhibition play.
Yeah, preseason. I mean, that's the start of it, and we've already got the next round of preseason games, and of course we got week 1 up. A lot more of the college games of the opening weekend, which is also known as week. The word we shall not say.
Don't you dare say that word.
But anyway, the opening weekend of college football and the week 1 that they call. So a lot more of those games got populated, just not the top 25. So looking forward to that. Excited. I was able to, on Wes's show earlier, talk about something I promised his listeners earlier in the year, a Survivor Series we're going to do. It will be out around the 20th after we do a big upgrade. We do have a poll on X. I want y'all to vote and tell me what price points that y'all want to see. We're going to do one for $1 so everybody can get in, but some people might want to play for some bigger money, and we're just trying to get the pulse of the players there. And here we go, getting ready for football season and baseball and seeing what happens after the trade deadline and how it all settles out.
Yeah, the trade deadline's come and gone. Seemed like the Yankees got every relief pitcher known to mankind, and so they should be okay there maybe now. But it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. Really, I guess the two biggest moves was Seattle making the move with the Diamondbacks, and then the Astros made the move with the Twins to get a third baseman, not shortstop, but third baseman. So we'll wait and see how that all shakes out. So, Neal, what and how can someone enjoy and play all these great options you have on Bet Saracen?
Well, with all the futures and everything that's coming up, you need to go to BetSaracen.com or go to the App Store and type in Bet Saracen, download the app. If you haven't played with us before and you want to play the Survivor Series or anything else, you hit that registration button. Make sure you use the code WELCOME if it's your first time, and you will make your first $25 bet. We'll give you $125 free play as a welcome offer. Also, existing players, check the promo tab. We got some killer promos going on right now. We've got a 30% no-sweat bet. You attach that to one of your bets. If the bet loses, we'll return up to 30% of your bet at $25. And then we got a 30% parlay boost on any other bet. Opt in for that one. And you can boost your winnings by 30% up to a $10 max wager. Trying to make it all the recreational fun players want to give them something to play for. And got it going on.
Glad you're back in the Americas for this Friday moment. I don't know what country, foreign country you're in or cave, but we're glad to have you back with us here in the Americas.
And Neal, I just want you to know, no offense if you want to call the entire NFL preseason month 0. That would be okay. Those don't count. Those games don't count.
A compromise.
It's okay. Those games don't count. That is a true 0. Any game that counts is not a 0, but that's a 0. So it's a 0 month for the NFL. How's that?
I'm going to go along with that one.
What a way to go in the week, and a compromise between Neal and Rick. My day has been made. Neal,
boy.
We'll talk with you next week. Thank you. Neal Atkinson.
That makes sense, doesn't it? If a game counts...
Is that worth a nickel or a dime or a quarter?
If a game counts, it can't be 0. But these games that don't count, call it 0 if you want to. They don't count.
Okay. Do we need a tiebreaker in this? Do we need to bring in Kevin McPherson, better known as HoopScoop?
Month
courtesy
0.
of Hogville.
How about that? Month 0. Is it the best month ever? That's a Coca-Cola deal. Is it the best month ever? Yeah, month 0.
Yes, Kevin. What do you think?
What? Well, what? Is it the best month ever? It's August 1st. Have we had enough of August yet to judge that?
No,
it's stepping a toe into it.
No, it's for the NFL. It's month 0. And so, Coke Zero, is it the best ever? No, it's not. Coca-Cola is. But so is 0 month the best month ever? Hey, for basketball, it's 0 month. There's no games, right?
No games. Well,
they get a lot of 0
You've
months.
had some 5-on-5 out in Vegas.
Oh, okay. I guess that
counts. Four 4 Razorbacks taking part in the Chris Paul, CP3, and Jason Tatum. They get a combined camp for guards and wings and small forwards that's taking place this week. And you had J.J. Andrews, who's committed to Arkansas with the high school part of that. Then you got 3 Razorbacks, Malik Thomas, Carter Knox, and Billy Richmond III, that were also invited and on the roster. And this has been going on this week in Vegas. And they have had 5-on-5 competition. So got some good reports on Malik Thomas. First game at 5-on-5, he was 3 of 3 from 3. And that's what you want to hear, because of as good as the talent that Calipari's assembled for the second Arkansas roster. They've got size, length, athleticism. I think it's going to be a really good team. Slash into the basket in transition. And what about three-point shooting? Malik Thomas he averaged 8.5 threes per game at Overtime Elite last year. Knocked it down at a 38% clip, which is really good. But you always wonder when you move up to that next level, playing the kind of schedule Arkansas will for a freshman, and, going up against, veteran college players this week in this camp. He was one of only 3 incoming freshmen, so most of the college players have experience playing at the high major level. It's the top players in the country were invited. To start out like that and knocking down shots against older players, that sounds pretty good to me.
I'm trying to answer a coach's response here concerning week 0. He said, this coach said, I like what Rick just said. Week 0 doesn't count. But, however, it's always the week we play Bryant.
Yeah. Oh, that must be Benton, coach.
That's Brad Harris.
That's right.
Yes.
You say, hey, that's no problem. It doesn't count. If it's week 0, why should it count, right? Don't take up Kevin's time with that. Well, we can deliberate.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
That later.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We can debate it later. Yes. Okay.
That's right.
How did the other players? Speaking of this 5-on-5, how did the other players? Did you get any reports on any of the other players, how they compete? How did JJ do, for that matter?
I'm still piecing that together. I had one NBA scout that just talked about and raved about Malik Thomas' shooting. I'm getting some full reports once it concludes. I think it wraps up today. So I'm waiting to assemble everything before I can go into that. But I plan to do that the next time we're on, guys. I should have everything needed to talk about each player.
I'm sure somebody's going to ask this question, so I'll ask it for them before they ask it. How do players like that, do they have to pay for this out of their own pocket? I mean, or is this something that the event pays for to get these players there? I mean, they got to stay somewhere. Where does that expense come from? Do you know?
Yeah, it's not paid by the players. They're the elite players, and they're invited. So this is invitation only. Nike sponsors this event, and they're brought into Vegas. 54 players. About half of those are college players. The other half, some of the top players in high school, and they come to the same location. So the Chris Paul version of it is the guards. Jason Tatum part is the wing, small forwards, and they mingle. They mix them together for some of the competitive stuff. However, the high school players just compete against each other, and the college players just compete against each other. So if that's clear as mud, that's about like everything else these days.
So is this the official lull? I think school starts, August the 18th, something like that?
Yes.
At the University of Arkansas. So what do they do between now and August 18th? I'm sure Cal has got them on some type of regiment right now, does he not?
Well, they broke for summer. They finished up on July 16th,
right,
with the on-court stuff. And I think he's just giving everybody kind of an extended break. Now the players are doing like this camp. I saw some highlights of Darius Acuff. I don't know if he's back home in Detroit or where he is, playing pickup ball. Malik Ewan, some of the same kind of thing. But they'll be back. They'll be back with the first day of classes. I think is August 18th. So they may have 2 more weeks. But, there's other camps going on. Later in the month, the Nike Skills Academy will have a camp. I think it's in Los Angeles. And there'll be high school and some college players that will attend that as well. It used to be called Nike Skills Academy. I don't know if it's got the same name or not, but it's basically what it is. One of the NBA scouts I talked to at this event in Las Vegas this week said, the competitive stuff is great, but they feel like something's missing. No big men, no centers. So, it was a guard and wing camp, so there are no centers. But,
Is it by purpose?
I guess if you're evaluating, you want to see how these players do when they're attacking a guy 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". It might be a little different trying to get to the basket than when you're going against guys your size or smaller.
So I guess that this is done on purpose. I mean, this is how it's formatted. It's just guards and wings, and big men, you're not welcome.
Well, so they've got a few guys. They've had it before with these kind of 3-4 combo guys that are 6'9", 6'10". They do have a little bit of size, but it's not their natural position to be necessarily, enforcers in the paint. But you're right. Jason Tatum's a wing, and so I guess that's his wheelhouse. Chris Paul III's one of CP3. Chris Paul, he's a surefire Hall of Fame point guard. We know that. It's still playing, by the way, after all the years he's been in the NBA. But yeah, those are their namesakes for the camp, and that's the position they play.
Well, I was going to ask you to catch us up, but I think you've done that. That sounds like what's going to be most of the so-called basketball news that's coming from at least the current Razorbacks. What is happening lately? Is it not decision time for some of these young men as they've gone through now Peach Jam and all the other events, AAU or grassroots, however you want to call it? It's pretty much over for the year. When should we start seeing, Kevin, or hearing about some decisions being made?
Yeah. Well, most of it right now is setting up visits, especially for the players that Arkansas is in on, which are the top level 5-star guys. So you're seeing visit dates emerge. And you're right, a lot of the decisions will be made in time for the November early signing period. It's not that far off. Now, here we are in August, so it's a few months away, but we'll hear some commitment soon. But most of the guys Arkansas is recruiting, it's going to be a bit of a wait.
All right, hang on, Kevin. One more segment with Kevin McPherson, better known as HoopScoop, courtesy of Hogville.net. Rick Schaeffer, I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at hondaofrussellville.com.
Looking for burgers, barbecue, beer, bourbon, ball games, and brunch? Look no further than Ouachita Bar and Grill, 915 Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Hot Springs. Ouachita Bar and Grill, family and pet friendly, with indoor and outdoor seating available. Bingo Bango Brunch, served on Sundays from 11 till 3, with live music Thursday through Saturday. Take a look on Facebook to see what events they've got going on this week, and join the fun at Ouachita Bar and Grill, Central Avenue, downtown Hot Springs.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school. You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you.
Brought to you by the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is James Miller, General Manager at Gwatney Chevrolet. You know, for nearly 70 years, we've been thankful to be able to serve the people here in the great state of Arkansas. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, come let us show you why so many people decide to be part of the Gwatney family. We're also thankful for our decade-long partnership with The Buzz. Whether you're a new company or an established one, if you want to grow your business and deliver your message to the people here in Arkansas, there's no better place to do it than partnering with The Buzz. Just call my friend Ralph at 501-658-2690 and watch your business explode.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas, Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. We shall be rejoined by Kevin McPherson, better known as HoopScoop, courtesy of Hogville.net. New month, new set of specials that you'll find at your local Double B's. Notice they've got the Cheetos. I love the Cheetos. Got those on special, 2 for $4.50. And they continue on with the Lay's special of $3.99. And they've got that Dasani case of water, just $5.99. And the 12-pack Coke products, 2 for $12. And they've got the 12-ounce 7-Up glass bottles. Glass bottles. To me, there is no argument. Coke, 7-Up, any cold drink, to me, is better in the bottle. In the bottle. 2 for $3. 2 for $3. And be sure and ask your Double B's cashier about signing up for a rewards card when you save money on purchases at all the stores. And be sure, do as I do. Yeah, for once, do as I do. Start your day off with that bean-to-cup coffee. That's that Renoco coffee where I get to select my blend and then grind it up to a selected roast, and then it produces that hot and fresh cup of Renoco coffee. You'll find that and more at your local Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go make it Double B's. All right, let's bring Kevin back. Let's see if we have a question here. This is from Chainsaw Dave. Does anybody know where KJ Jefferson is now? Did he sign as an undrafted free agent anywhere?
We don't think so. We don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. He drove off into the sunset.
Let's see. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from up at the Rogers Way. I've been wondering y'all will rebrand Drive Time Sports as a sports betting talk show. All seems to be heavy on just sports betting, like that's why we're listening. I just have to turn it off mostly. I'm sorry about that.
The only time we really talk about that is when Neal calls.
That is true.
I feel like 2 minutes out of a 3-hour show is not that bad.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure where this came from. It's Isaac,
I'll be
not
right back. I
Isaiah.
gotta go stop my wife. I'll be right back.
She's going to buy a new car.
Kevin, you may have missed that yesterday, but that was probably as entertaining of a 4 or 5 minute segment that we had. Stephen Magnolia had a question for Rick. Rick says, hold on. I've got Caleb on the line. He's from Crain Hyundai of Fayetteville, and she's interested in a Palisades. Steve, can you hold on a minute? I just got to take care of this important. I mean, it's not really big business.
I'm sorry.
Just hang on.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was great. It's real.
I'm sorry. It was stupid. My fault.
No, he's real life radio. I mean, that's.
Hey, we got Crain.
I mean, that's got to be better than
some extra pub, right?
I mean, isn't that better?
You should have been happy. You should have been happy.
I was happy.
Sitting there at Crain, you should have been really happy.
I was really happy. But I was just thinking that had to be better than the sports betting talk show.
Yeah, probably so.
Drive time madness is what one from Pine Bluff is saying. All right, since it almost sounds like recruiting to a degree, Kevin, has grounded to a halt, if you would just kind of summarize, then who are the top 5 prospects? Just only have to give us 5. Who are the top 5 prospects that you think John Calipari and staff are zeroing in on?
Yeah. Well, he has stated their plan is each year to get 3 to 4 priority high school players. They've already got J.J. Andrews out of that 2026 class committed. So let's think there's probably 2 or 3 more. So J.J.'s one of those 5. You asked me for 5. I would say the other ones are Jordan Smith Jr., the second top-ranked player in the country for 2026, a 5-star, 6'2" guard out of Virginia. He plans to visit Arkansas the weekend of September 20th through the 21st. That's the weekend that the football Hogs will be playing in Memphis. So there won't be a home game for that one. The weekend following that is a official visit set up by Tay Kenny, a 5-star guard from the state of Kentucky, plays at Overtime Elite, the same program that Carter Knox and Malik Thomas, current Razorbacks, played in. He'll be a senior there this year. He has a visit scheduled for the weekend of September. I believe it's the 27th. Let me get the date right. 27th through 29th, or 26th to 28th, whatever. That's Saturday. I think the Saturday's actually the 27th. Football Hogs will be home hosting Notre Dame, so that'll be a great atmosphere for an official visitor. So those are 2 players that you have official visits set up with. So you got to think they're in the up there in the top 5. Erfan Diane is 7'1" center, 285 pounds, out of Iowa United Prep. He's rated the number 1 center in the country, top 15 overall prospect. He had a tentative visit scheduled at Arkansas for August 29th through the 31st. That's the weekend of the season opener for football against Alabama A&M on the 30th. His guardian told me that was the date they were going to visit. The player confirmed it with me. And then I learned today that they were possibly looking at moving off of that visit date to Arkansas and looking ahead as soon as sometime in September and possibly even October. So things change in visit dates and how things get scheduled. Sometimes you hear a date and then they change. That's not uncommon. So there are several names there. The only other one I would bring up is the number 1 player in the class, 6'7" wing Tyron Stokes, originally from Louisville, plays high school and his grassroots basketball out in California. He has talked about taking a visit to Arkansas. We've not heard of one scheduled yet publicly. But like the other players I mentioned, John Calipari prioritized him during the spring and summer grassroots events, the live evals. I think he was courtside for every one of his games. So we're paying attention to. Let's see if there's a visit date that emerges for the number 1 player in the country.
Do you think they really, from what I've read, I just don't feel like they're in on Stokes at all?
Right. Well, you have to pay attention to what Calipari does. He's courtside for every one of his games, and so now he may never visit. Back in May, he indicated he wanted to. His mom, in terms of taking a visit to Arkansas, his mom just a few days ago was interviewed during the end of Peach Jam, so I guess 2 weeks ago, and she did not mention Arkansas, but one of my sources that covers Kentucky told me she did the same thing. They kind of downplayed Kentucky, and all of a sudden that visit popped and got scheduled. And so we'll see. There's no guarantees, but usually Calipari does not waste resources or time on someone that he's not getting the feedback that they're looking to visit. But that doesn't mean it will happen. Last year it was Caleb Wilson that didn't visit, had 3 different visits set up. Initially, those were not made public. Once they were, and then it became an NIL bidding war, and Calipari's not going to get caught up in that. He's got limits, and so Arkansas ended up, not taking that visit, not having that visit with Caleb Wilson. Ended up at North Carolina, a top 5-star player. So you're right. I mean, we'll see what happens, but nothing's set in stone as far as a visit as it goes now that I'm aware of. But I think they're efforting that.
So I guess basically with this level of player, though, it may be all the way into September before we start seeing some real movement with these players. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, you've got players setting up visits in the fall because it gives them a chance to come onto those college campuses for a game atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there'll be examples of weekends where you bring in players and you don't have a game for football, but they're utilizing that so players can see the schools back in session, see what the true atmosphere of the campus life is, what the fan base is like. So, yeah, September and October are big months for visits. And then you've got the early November signing period. So you got plenty of time to get players in on campus, and then hopefully you get them committed and get it done early. Some of these high-level guys, though, Randy, they may drag it out to the spring.
Sure. All right, Kevin, have a great weekend. It's Kevin McPherson, better known as HoopScoop, courtesy of Hogville.net. Coming up next, Trey Biddy, Hogsports.com, being brought to you by Crain Hyundai and Genesis of Conway.
Lost in the legal jungle? Relax. You have a lion on your side. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue. Lion Legal. We bite back.
Every day in Arkansas, children face crises like poverty, instability, and family separation. But there is hope. Arkansas Family Alliance connects community members like you to urgent needs like beds, clothing, food, and more through the Care Portal platform. Over 1,300 families have already been impacted. You can help reach even more by becoming a community champion. Whether you're part of a business, church, team, or just want to serve, learn how to get involved at arfamilyalliance.org or call 4769-4110 because strong families build strong communities.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
We are learning more about the suspect arrested for killing Clinton and Kristen Drake at Devil's Den State Park last weekend. Andrew McGann worked at 2 Oklahoma schools before coming to Northwest Arkansas this year. McGann was a 5th grade teacher for Broken Arrow Public Schools and for Sand Springs Public Schools as recently as May. Springdale Schools here confirmed he had been hired for this upcoming school year. State police say during an interview, McGann admitted to committing the crimes by himself. In other news, because education matters, more Arkansas families are needed to host foreign exchange students. Students from around the world are seeking higher education opportunities in the U.S., but there aren't enough places and families to give them a home away from home. Lingering COVID-19 hesitancy is one thing causing the shortage. One family who's been a part of the program for 10 years says it's a life-changing experience for everyone involved. I'm Sincere Tonsil from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
Finally, some changes in the forecast as we head into your Friday. We start out the day a little cooler, temperatures in the low 70s, and then we climb to only 87 in the afternoon with partly cloudy skies and maybe a stray shower, only a 20% chance of rain. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Fort Thompson has been at it for 40 years, and to celebrate, you can register to win prizes throughout the fall. Grand prize, a Polaris Ranger Crew Cab. No sales tax August 8th and 9th. Shop sales tax free, in-store and online. Fort Thompson and Sherwood.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. The world was saddened to hear of Air India flight AI-171 crashing shortly after takeoff, killing 241 passengers. Everyone on board except Kumar Ramesh, the sole survivor. He said, "I don't know how I survived. I thought I was going to die. But when I opened my eyes, I realized I was alive." It has been called a miracle in Seat 11A. A testimony to the resilience of the human spirit. Double B's can help when you're in a hurry, where you can pay at the pump with your Exxon or Phillips 66 mobile apps at all of our 34 stores. Swing by Double B's today, because Double B's is where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's. Seriously, Double B's. See you there.
River City Flooring presents Pat Bradley in the Zone with Justin and DJ each week. River City Flooring. Find them online at rivercityflooringinc.com. That's rivercityflooringinc.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
On your way to the Little Rock Airport, business travelers park fast at Expressway Airport parking. As you park, our shuttle picks you up, and a 60-second ride later, you're at the airport. Download our app and earn rewards. Simply scan the virtual gate pass to enter and scan again to exit. No waiting, and your receipt is emailed to you. Pay less than municipal airport parking at Expressway Airport parking, left of the airport entrance, next to the Comfort Inn.
Congo Fireplace and Patio is having a huge summer blowout sale. Save hundreds of dollars on the best selection and best quality of outdoor furniture in the state. Choose from over 100 brand name collections, dining sets, seating groups, bar sets, chaises, and gliders in stock and ready to go. And now everything is up to 50% off. Plus, Congo has a great selection of built-in grills, pellet smokers, and fire pits. Family owned and operated since 1920. Shop local and feel the difference. Congo Fireplace and Patio, I-30 Benton.
Join Randy Rainwater at Drive Time Sports at Double B's at Cantrell and Riverfront Drive on Monday. Stop in and register to win a Bad Boy Bandit 550 side-by-side purchased from Bad Boy Superstore in Searcy to be given away October the 8th. Drive Time Sports at Double B's Monday starting at 4 on 103.7 The Buzz.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 at Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
And now, Trey Biddy is brought to you by Crain Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today. Now, here's Trey Biddy.
Good afternoon, Trey.
Hey, guys.
I tried to read 2,800 words on the observations of Trey Biddy beginning practice today. The one did you ever get your computer to work where you could download?
I did. I had to put it in the Coca-Cola refrigerator at the stadium. I've always fancied myself as a problem solver, Randy, and I was looking for ice cream, possibly. I had an idea maybe there's some Snickers bars in there or something, ice cream Snicker bar that I could put underneath the computer. But anyway, I've got a newer camera, and it's got, it created some pretty large files, so I wanted to shoot some high-quality video. And I had my older MacBook because I like traveling with my old one and leaving my new one at home. So the old one's like 9 years old, and it couldn't handle it, and it kept crashing. So I put it in the refrigerator and was able to get everything uploaded.
Hallelujah for you.
Pro tip for anybody out there with an overheating computer.
Live from the walk-in cooler.
Yeah.
I'll remember that next time I have computer problems. Just throw it in the fridge.
Throw it in the fridge.
All right. Among those 2,800 words, share your observations, and then I have a few questions for you, but let's get your thoughts.
Well, I mean, it's always good to get out there. Obviously, it was an early practice. I got up at 5 o'clock. I'm not an early riser, but I sprung out of bed pretty good this morning, a couple hours before I typically get up. Most sports writers, stay up late because sports are late. But got out there 20 minutes early, wanted to set a good example for, the interns and all that stuff, just how we do things at Hog Sports. Show up early, leave late, that kind of stuff. So, but it was good. We got probably over 30 minutes of viewing time, which I would love to see the whole practice, but I understand why they cut fall practice short. Nobody else really opens things up. So the first thing I wanted to do was look at some of those defensive backs. We didn't get a chance to see Jordan Young at all because he was injured, and he's working at nickel. Julian Neal's a good-looking player, good size. It's a big group overall. We talked a little bit yesterday about those two safeties, Miguel Mitchell and Larry Worth, 6'4", 220, 226 for Worth, and 222 for Mitchell, 6'1", 222. You got Quintavious Scandrick, who's 6'3", 211 or so. It's just a big group. Even Jaheim Singletary, they used to call Slim. That was his nickname in high school. I mean, he's 6'2", 201 now, so he's not really slim anymore. He put on like 12, 14 pounds in the off season. So that's one of the things that really just jumped out, just how big that. Kenai Walker, 6'2", 206 or so. He's competing for one of those starting jobs. Selman Bridges is 6'2", 185. But the only guy that's not huge is Keyshawn Davila, who's 6'1", 165. But that's an area that really intrigues me because, as we know, Arkansas gave up over 240 passing yards a game last year. It wasn't all on the secondary, but a lot of it was. Plenty of it was. And that's an area that they really need to shore up. So I love that there's just a lot of competition in that group. And we'll see. We'll see if the competition yields results for them in the secondary. I wanted to get a look at, I like seeing the new guys. Like, who did we not see in the spring? And also, who are the guys that maybe had big weight changes and stuff? So, of course, I'm gravitating to Shaq McCroy. And, he's down to 344. He was 362, so he's lost 18 pounds since the spring. And I really like what Fernando Carmona said about McCroy. He kind of came in with a freshman mindset a little bit, and they kind of pulled him aside, the older guys, the leaders, and said, you know what, you've got physically the ability to be one of the best players that ever came through here. You got to get focused on it. And I think he embraced that. He's like, you know what, I think they're right. And put some good work into the weight room. You can tell that not only did he drop some weight, but he moved some weight around. So I thought he looked good. They work Kobe Branham and Shaq in tandem. They want those guys working together. They're both redshirt freshmen. So when they put them in with the first team, which they didn't start out with the first team, but when they put them in with the first team, they did work in. When I wasn't there, though, but they did work them in. They just want those guys having some cohesiveness together. I could see a scenario where both of those guys start, but we'll see how it shakes out with, Amarian and Keyshawn Black, so I'll get the start there. Wanted to see Antonio Jordan, of course. There's been so much talk about him, and not just solicited, Sam Pittman will just bring him up, without being asked directly about him. I saw some pictures. He had a crazy catch too. But I think there's a lot of reason for excitement around him, but you got to be guarded also because, even though he could be a guy that plays and helps him this year, if you go back and look at the freshmen that helped in year one, they put, there's some guys that had some numbers, 30 catches and stuff. Traylon Burks didn't even have a touchdown catch his first year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, get excited. They seem very high on him, but, what are the odds that he's going to go out and catch, 50-something ball? I think Marcus Monk had a really big freshman season like that, but really not anybody else as a true freshman. But he's a guy to obviously keep an eye on. I mentioned Julian Neal. Wanted to get a good look at him. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else. Kanai, because we didn't see Kanai really that much in the spring. He was kind of battling through an injury. Jordan Young, who I mentioned. Obviously, Julian Neal is out there now. Trying to think. I didn't watch the linebackers a whole lot. We only had 30 minutes. I don't have anything on the linebackers. I don't have anything on the defensive line, even though I did see Danny Saili. He was wearing number 88. I don't know how I didn't catch that earlier that he had changed numbers, but he's got a number change. Defensive ends, I checked out Phillip Lee a little bit. Built like an end to me. He's 6'4", 240. That's kind of teetering on linebacker size, but he's a guy that we're going to see standing up a lot from that rush end position. I didn't notice anything dramatic weight-wise with Charlie Collins. It didn't look like he just stacked on a bunch of weight, He didn't look small or anything. He's 6'5", 255. Stouters had kind of talked about him putting on a bunch of weight. And I didn't really notice it with Justice Boone either. I mean, he's up to 278, I think, 6'4", 278. He didn't look that much different to me than he had. Trent Sellers. I like the way Trent Sellers, freshman defensive end out of Alabama, I believe. I like the way he's put together. He's kind of reminded me a little bit, not quite as big as Quincy was when he was a freshman, but kind of reminded me of Quincy a little bit. Long arms, that long torso kind of defensive end build. So that, he was a guy that I had to look on my roster to identify. Trying to think of who else. I watched Trevor Jackson a little bit, but I didn't watch the quarterbacks a whole bunch. I mean, they're just throwing against air, really. So is there anything that jumped out to you, Randy, that you want me to discuss further? I'm trying to just
I'm curious. I'm curious, Trey. At the running back spot, Mike Washington, A.J. Green, Cam Settles, no Braylon Russell.
No, Braylon was out there. That fastball stuff doesn't always tell the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very experimental. It could be a reward for something. But they're very confident in Mike Washington. I've said several times that there's a couple of guys on this roster that people, the casual fan doesn't really know a whole lot about, but they're going to know a lot about him by October, and that's Rohan Jones and Mike Washington. Mike Washington, they do a point system. I'm not sure how the scoring works exactly, but they basically match a player up against another player all through the summer, whether it's, speed or, weights or whatever. Maybe it could even be academics. I don't even know. But apparently Mike Washington had more wins than any other player on the team. So he had more points than any other player on the team. And, that was his right, given that, to roll with the first group coming out. We know that Mike his testing numbers are really very impressive. His speed, his strength, all those things. So he'd be an interesting guy to watch. We'll see if it translates to the field. It doesn't always translate to the field. Tyrone Broden put up some ridiculous numbers in testing, ridiculous numbers, but it didn't translate to him because he didn't have a
He
hands.
couldn't catch, right, Randy?
Couldn't catch.
Hands of stone.
Those numbers don't mean everything. We've seen guys, come in with a lot of hype and expectations and stuff. I also add, when I'm on the topic of Rohan Jones, who, Rohan, he puts up some big numbers too. Like his weight room numbers, like 365, 535 squat or so, 550 squat, something like that. I think 20.7 miles per hour speed for a guy that's 244 pounds. I'm not saying he's a better tight end than Luke has, but Luke has isn't putting up those numbers. Those aren't Luke has numbers. So again, it doesn't always translate, but you can see that Rohan can really run. We'll see if he can catch consistently in a game or not, but he's put together pretty well. But Jaden Platt also, Jaden Platt was a guy that didn't really blow me away in the spring, and he was battling some injuries and stuff, but he looks like he's moved some weight around, maybe some baby fat, and replaced it. He only gained 5 pounds, but you could drop weight and put on muscle, obviously, and he looks like he might have done that too. And that's a room that overall, I like Jones, but I really want to see Platt come on because he was a really highly regarded guy. He's got, he's 6'5", 265. He can catch the ball. I just didn't see a lot from him in the spring, and that was kind of one of my, again, I like Jones, but one of the overall rooms, one of the overall position groups that I wasn't just in love with.
And Trey, that brings me up this question. I'll jump around because I've got some other questions, and this one was a little bit down the list, but regardless, Platt and Jones both were with the second team. Did that mean they were in a 2 tight end set?
12 personnel, 2
Okay.
tight ends.
Okay.
Yeah, they only had 2 wide receivers out there with the second group.
Okay, that answers that one. All right, back up to the wide receivers. Kind of Trey now, and I realize this is just practice 1, but your expectations for Monte Harrison. I noticed he was running number 2 behind Omega Blake. What are your expectations this year for Monte?
Yeah, I don't know, Randy. There's a lot. The only thing that I know at wide receivers, I expect when they trot those guys out for game 1, that Raylan Sharp will almost certainly be the starting slot receiver, and that we'll see Cam Shanks pretty early. I think that Omega Blake will be the other guy. I just don't know what kind of role, what to expect really from Monte Harrison. And yeah, I can't remember when I've just been so vexed, I guess, with the wide receiver group, because that's usually one that, you can tell who this guy. So, I don't know enough about Jaylen Brown. I know he was the number 71 recruit in the entire country coming out of high school. They felt like he's really started to come on the last 3 weeks or so in summer training. C.J. Brown ran the fastest time on the team also. He ran out there with the first group. So to me, that's a big question. Who are your 8, maybe even 9 guys that are going to be on the travel roster at wide receiver? Who are your top 6? Who's your first 3 and your second 3? Who are your top 4? Because really you see about 4 guys that, catch the majority of passes. And then, who are your top 3? The 3 guys that you trot out there first. So still a lot of questions. Could be Monte Harrison. Could be Antonio Jordan, could be, but it's going to be somebody else, obviously. I think Sharp and I think Blake, and with CC out, who is that other guy? Could be Jaylen Brown, could be C.J. Brown, could be Monte Harrison, could be Antonio Jordan.
Sam Pittman talked a lot about Antonio Jordan.
Yeah, he did.
He does.
For a guy, he's a guy
Unprompted.
when you talk about. When you talked about guys that Arkansas fans didn't know much about but might know later, might you put him in that category?
Yes. Because, Antonio was the 6th-ranked prospect inside the state of Arkansas, and, it wasn't a super highly rated class compared to the year before and this year coming up, but he didn't go to camps. one of those guys that just like didn't go to camps and combines, and he was a 3-star recruit. If he had gone, and they see 6'6", 234, which I don't know if he'll naturally grow into a tight end or what's going to happen there. But, he might have been a higher-ranked recruit, a 4-star. Traylon Burks didn't go to camps either. And that was a guy that, I really pushed for to be a 4-star and some others. But it's very rare that 24/7 will rank a guy a 4-star without their, our own scouts seeing him in person. Yeah, he could be a guy that people are talking about at some point that the casual fan doesn't know much about at all. He's got a lot of potential. And again, that's Sam Pittman just bringing him up. He brought him up at SEC Media Days. He brought him up yesterday. Sure. He brought him up today.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting because you just don't see that from a freshman not people know much about for the coach to talk that much about him.
Absolutely. That's very rare.
All right, Trey, the other observation is the defense. Is it me? Because maybe what we question is the overall depth of personnel, but the defense opened up in a 4-man front. I was expecting more, at least a 3-man front, and I realize this is fastball and you're just throwing maybe some people out there, but I really didn't expect a 4-man front.
Yeah, well, that's what they ran.
I know.
Well, dashed your expectations, didn't it, Randy?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't expecting a 4-man front, and they put a 4-man front out there. So
yeah, they did it just because of that.
Yeah, Charlie Collins and
Quincy Rhodes.
Yeah, those were the starting defensive ends, and
Jaffard and Ball.
Jaffard, yeah, and Ball, yeah.
Jaffard.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but they will mix that in. They will have 3 linebackers out there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then speaking of linebackers, that's my other question. I realize this is just day one, but did you?
I did not even lay eyes on the linebackers. I mean, I might have, but I did not. I just didn't have time.
I should have listened closely to what you did say that earlier, but I went ahead and was going to ask the question regardless. I was going to ask you about any
time at linebacker and defensive tackle. Yeah.
I was going to any separation that you saw between Simmons and White Simmons and Trey Whalen, because that is supposed to be one of the big battles establishing that next linebacker.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see Pittman bring up Trent Whalen just kind of out of the blue, but he seems to think that he's a guy that can help him. I actually thought, when he was talking about some of the new guys, he might mention Andrew Harris. Harris was a 4-star recruit, got a lot of nice attributes, but he hadn't been, obviously he's playing at UCF, so maybe a little more competition than Whalen had, but Whalen was certainly a more productive player.
I didn't necessarily save this one for the last, but if time permitted, I was going to ask you about Corey Robinson. What are his strengths? My understanding is he's an outstanding pass blocker. Now, that was at Georgia Tech, which I wouldn't thought he would have had that many opportunities to pass block with their offense. But regardless, what were your impressions of Corey Robinson?
Yeah, well, I like Corey Robinson. We'll see how he holds up about some guys in the SEC at defensive end, the monsters, the freaks. But he was the highest rated pass protector on the offensive line in Power 4 football. He was, according to Pro Football Focus, nobody was rated higher than him. I think he's an athlete. I think he moves well. I think they really like what they have going on with Fernando Carmona and him next to each other. And he's one reason I think the offensive line is going to be better. He's not a gigantic left tackle. He's 6'5". What is he, 320 or something like that, Randy?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, Trey.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like, next to Shaq, everybody looks like a high school offensive lineman. But he is an athlete. That was one of the things that jumped out, just, how well he moves his feet. It's not like, sometimes you see a big kid and they just kind of got like dumpy ankles, you know what I mean? And he's got the high calves and, the good feet, good ankles. which usually, is a good indication of athleticism. So he's one of the reasons I think they'll be better. I mean, if you think about it, they brought him in and moved their best offensive lineman to a different position. So that tells you the coaches like him a lot.
All right, I'm going to try to slam this one in real quick. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. What about Courtney Crutchfield?
Yeah, Courtney didn't do anything that just jumped off the page to me today. He had a few drops in the, just throwing against air. So, no, I wouldn't, out of the freshman receivers, well, he's not a true freshman, but, Jacaden Ferguson, I thought, did some good things, and Antonio Jordan, Courtney Crutchfield looks like $1 million, but, he's got to be consistent. He's got to catch the ball.
Trey, have a great weekend. Look forward to talking with you on Monday.
Bye, guys.
Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, being brought to you by Crain Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Drive Time Sports will continue.
A show, man.
Fantastic show, boys.
And we appreciate you guys listening to us with that kind of show.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Thank you.
And we'll be coming back in the morning with more Morning Mayhem.
You're welcome. Tune in weekday mornings from 6 to 10 for the Morning Mayhem with David, Roger, Justin, and RJ, only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
This is your last chance to save up to 40% off during the Summer of 1,000 engagement sale going on at Robert Irwin Jewelers. With any purchase of $24.99 or more, get a free Yeti Tundra cooler. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers, or online at rijewelers.com. Sale ends Saturday.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mud Slayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out HondaofRussellville.com.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Justin Sollers, Dan Cook, or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
Tune into The Zone Monday when the Wood Rock Touchdown Club, sponsored by Simmons Bank, announces the 2025 lineup at War Memorial Stadium. Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw, Houston Nutt, Brett Favre, John Gruden have all spoken to the club. Who will be on the list this year? Found out Monday in The Zone.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. You're in hog heaven. This is Drive Time Sports, a presentation of the Buzz Radio Network.
Oh, that music. So calming. Welcome back
I mean, it's called Hope, so it's got to be extremely
to
calming.
Drive Time Sports, yes. I am now full of hope. Especially after reading this stuff here on this feedback on, what is that officially called, Dr. Google?
Well, that's it pulls from all of our socials that we're streaming to, but most of what you're reading's from YouTube.
Wow,
And
there's some
James-
angry people.
Yeah, James and Rusty and looks like St. Luigi having at it today. They're having at it.
Rather angry.
Yep.
Okay. Well, they can't get angry about this.
Nope.
Because I don't know whether I want to play tonight, or whether I should go with the sounder that we use for ABC News, meaning, oh, here's breaking news, because I've already broken the news, so really, okay, let's do this one. Ah, that's it. This is it. Sing it. Gotta say, this special is among the best at Double F. And I got this confirmed today. It is this Friday night, which is tonight, and it's also good for tomorrow night. So, you can do it back-to-back nights. In fact, if you did it last night, you can do all 3 nights. But it is the triple option. Once again, the 6-ounce filet, the famous rolls with that mound of butter, the DB baked potato. I won't even call it the canoe anymore. It's just the DB baked potato. And the salad bar. Or that mighty word, or, O-R. The 8-ounce salmon, which is, oh, by the way, oven roasted. 3, count them 3, humongous fried shrimp. I was waiting. This is it. Along with the huge rolls and the mound of butter and the salad bar. Your choice. The 6-ounce filet or the 8-ounce salmon. How much? $29.50. Kenny, hang on for a minute. I got to get this last one. This is the final phase of the triple option. It is the 8-ounce filet. 8-ounce filet. Those magnificent hot rolls with a mound of butter, the DB baked potato, and the salad bar. I might call this the Kevin Bohannon salad bar because he demolishes it. All for $39.50. $39.50. So there's your triple option. Kenny, what do you think? Okay.
You may have to wait a little. That's the bridge of the song. It's going to come a little bit later.
My timing's just a little bit off. It's just a little bit off. All right, call Uncle Shapur right now. 371-9000. If you're in your car, turn it around or head towards the downtown North Little Rock area, the Riverfront Steakhouse, the Wyndham Hotel, right there on the Arkansas River. You can't miss it. 371-9000. 8-ounce filet, $39.50. 8-ounce salmon or the 6-ounce filet, $29.50. Come and get it. 371-9000. That's Uncle Shapur. Or 371-9000. That's Cousin William. Get your reservation now tonight at the Wyndham Hotel, Riverfront Steakhouse in North Little Rock. The steak by itself is worth it. Tell them this is it. That's right. Don't make a mistake. Don't make that mistake and not go. So there you have it. All right. Matt says, by way of our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line, just got in the truck. As Trey said, anything about the linebackers yet? No, he didn't pay. He didn't pay.
He didn't have his eyes on him at all today.
Yeah, and ask specifically about Wyatt Simmons. So anyway, hate that, but Trey had his eyes on other things?
Well, the next few days he'll look at the linebackers. At some point, he's going to look at them.
Yeah, for Trey,
hey, we know the starting two are really good.
Yeah, for him, Trey was his eyes only. So, let's see. What else did we miss on that a minute ago that we didn't get to? All right, we talked about that one. Let's see about this one. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Does it seem like the Hogs have more injuries every year that affect our season? Or do I just not only really see other teams' injuries as much? I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Because we don't get, when Texas A&M's playing LSU, we're not reading who their injuries are. But the LSU and Texas A&M certainly know about it. Wasn't it interesting that I guess it came out through the strength coach that Taylon Green, basically after he got hit in that Tennessee game, was never the same the rest of the year.
No.
And evidently was playing in pain the rest of the year, but did play. Shows how tough he is.
Yeah. And I think where it limited him more than anything, it sounded like, was maybe his ability to run and certainly take contact. It was funny at the countdown to kickoff where even Casey Dick talked about it, was Coach Petrino apparently didn't want the quarterbacks to ever think about going out of bounds. I mean, they're stay in bounds and get what you can.
Yeah.
And there several times we saw pictures or video of Taylon Green going out of bounds. Well, I think there's a good reason why now, because he was trying to save what little he had left of his body at that point.
Yeah. Right.
The next question on here on our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 870, Donovan Witten, which good news, he's now on scholarship, but I do not show him on the first three that went out. Defensive tackle was Cam Ball, David Oki, and Caleb James, then Jaffard, Salih, and then Otis. Never heard of Kevin Otis.
Witten's an end, not a tackle.
I thought he was a tackle. Thought he was a defensive tackle.
No, when the story about him getting a scholarship said he's a defensive end.
All right. Well, in that case, Quincy Rhodes, Phillip Lee, Kavion Henderson, then Charlie Collins, Justice Boone, and Ken Talley.
Just shows you how deep the Razorbacks are when a scholarship player is not on the top three. That's okay. How about Aaron Smith on the offensive line? He got a scholarship too.
Aaron Smith, offensive line. Let's see here, Rick. There's wide receivers, offensive line. Robinson, Dumberville, and Broussard. Carmona, Cherry, Aaron Smith, running number 3 at left guard.
All right, pretty good.
At least he got into the rotation. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Please explain how these guys get to college and can't catch. That blows my mind. Please explain. I have no idea.
Well,
usually I would say first lack of concentration.
Yeah.
But when you're going up against air, I don't know why you would have lack of concentration.
When you drop one or two, that's one thing. But if you're talking about your favorite player from last year,
oh my gosh,
inexplicable that
over and over
a guy like Broden would drop as many as he did. In the games, we don't know what happened. In practice, he must have been pretty good.
Blows your mind. And I got to believe if he makes a roster, NFL roster, what he's done is he's
special teams. He can run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he gets into a game, that'd change their opinion of him unless he has changed his ways of catching the ball.
Maybe they need to put that Fred Biletnikoff gluey stuff all over him.
Stick him.
Sticky hand.
Yeah.
Stick him.
You can't help but catch it.
I don't know. I have no explanation why you would think a guy who makes a Power 4 roster, particularly a scholarship Power 4 roster receiver cannot catch the ball. I don't know. We just got through talking about Tyrone Broden, and we have no explanation. 4-star, can't catch, like stone hands. I mean.
Look, you'll see some great receivers drop one every now and then, but not consistently.
He's done it consistently.
But he's not on
not
the team
about
anymore,
Crutchfield.
so
I don't know.
Maybe you don't have him to kick around anymore. What are you going to do this year? Let's hope everybody catches
Well, it's either that or a cadaver. I guess I could start calling him a cadaver.
Well, I'm talking about on this team.
I know.
He's not there anymore.
I know.
So
I got to find.
I hope there's nobody that you can get on because of that. Wouldn't that be good?
Well, it's better than going into the transfer portal before you ever had a practice.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Because you were wondering if Braylon Russell had already gone into the transfer portal.
Well, I hope not. I just said he wasn't on the 3 deep. That was a strange deal.
This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. I'm not sure what this means. One. Just have one.
It's the loneliest number.
It is the loneliest number. No, I have not. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Oh, my goodness. Have you ever had the Emperor's Cut filet at Riverfront Steakhouse? 12 ounce. Looks amazing. What?
The Emperor's Cut. You mean there's something on the menu you don't know about?
I'm going to have to get Shapur on the line here. He's going to have to explain this to me because I don't understand that. No, that is the first time I've seen this, the Emperor's Cut filet.
Do you have to wear the Emperor's new clothes to eat?
I don't care if I do. I will.
I don't want you to. I do not. I mean, there is a window here. I'd have to see that.
Maybe you need to tell Randy that story off the air. He said, well, as the steak's good, he'll do it. No steak is that good.
Nope. I mean, my steak will be way less tasty if Randy shows up just like that. Shapur, like, hey, you can't come in here like this, man. We have standards.
Oh,
my. He wouldn't be your uncle anymore.
No, disowned. No longer allowed in the cookout.
All right, this is my D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line question for Rick. Him being a longtime SID, a SID.
Yeah.
What are his thoughts on UCA replacing the longtime SID Steve East with a career soccer coach with no athletic communications experience as their new assistant AD for strategic communications?
Well, what you're seeing more and more at the lower level, and it may happen at the higher level sometime, is getting guys to combine jobs. In fact, in the old days in the AIC, a lot of times whoever did sports information also was an assistant coach for the sports. So that's not unusual. Certainly you wouldn't think it would happen at a Power 5 school or a Power 4 school, but it does happen.
All right, we got to step away for a moment. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Catch the buzz on all our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They're your pool and spa chemical headquarters. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year, or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler and Jeep. I saw an ad the other day, and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the discount they were offering that was $20,000 off, only to find out they put a $12,000 to $15,000 lift kit on this truck, marked it up $38,000, and then said they're taking $20,000 off. Make that make sense in somebody's head. Folks, come check us out. RedRiverRam.com. See why we're Arkansas's #1 Ram dealer, or make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fort Thompson has been at it for 40 years, and to celebrate, you can register to win prizes throughout the fall. Grand prize, a Polaris Ranger crew cab. No sales tax August 8th and 9th. Shop sales tax free, in-store and online. Fort Thompson and Sherwood.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater, Holton, Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. Often imitated but never duplicated. This is Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. I'm Randy Rainwater. I am looking right now at the Honda of Russellville website, and they've got what they call featured inventory. If you've seen the Talon, oh my goodness gracious, they have got a great selection of Talons. And the 4-tracks, they have got the Honda Pioneer, but they've got feature motorcycles such as the Honda 500, generators. It is called the Big Red Summer Sales event going on right now. And continue with that. It's demo day, where they're trying to move demos from the floor to the track, wherever it may be. And they also have a tremendous selection, just looking at it, on the Honda trikes. And if you haven't seen those trikes, they are one good-looking machine, along with the Gold Wing. And there's some programs where you can get money back. You can get $750 bonus bucks. You can use that on accessories and other things. Go on site, go online at HondaRussellville.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, you're not looking, because they have got something that will fit every budget and every one of your desires. The Pioneer, that's a great looking little 4-track vehicle. And, again, motorcycles. Go Wings, trikes, they got it all. At where? Honda of Russellville, where exit 81, which in Russellville is the famous Whataburger exit. Or go online at HondaofRussellville.com, or go check them out on Facebook. Either way, you will find something that you've been dreaming about. It will be reality. Rick, it's getting apparently uglier and uglier.
Oh, I know where you're going.
By the moment.
Yeah.
Now Micah Parsons has said he wants out. He wants to be traded.
Here's a guy that grew up a Cowboy fan, even though he was in Pennsylvania. Grew up a Cowboy fan. Always wanted to play for the Cowboys. Wanted the star on the helmet. And he's had a good career. Missed some games last year with an injury. it is baffling to figure out what is going on there. Why the Cowboys, and we know they're late to the party usually in signing players. They'll do it even during training camp. But why have they done this?
They just signed Ferguson, the tight end, the other day.
Yeah.
They're doing deals during camp. So it's not like they're saying no.
No. But why would they do this, and why would they publicly make it sound like, oh, we had a deal done, and then Parsons did think they had a deal done, and then his agent called and they said, oh, they wouldn't even talk to his agent.
Yeah, wouldn't even talk to the agent.
So what is this? What is this about? We don't know. But it doesn't put Cowboy management in a very good light. Not that they care. They really don't. One thing about Jerry Jones, he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him.
Apparently not.
No, he never has. And he's going to do what he wants to do. And maybe he's got this all worked out in his mind. Maybe he was caught off guard by Parsons' comments. Maybe he wasn't. But evidently, Parsons wrote a letter to Stephen Jones and delivered it and said, you want to be traded. So whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. Here's another thing that I didn't realize is if he plays linebacker, according to his contract, they have to pay him $24 million. If he plays defensive end, it's $21 million. Now, how did that happen? And
that's in his contract. I haven't read that part.
Yeah. And so they're listing him as a defensive end, which is $3 million less in this year. So maybe that was in his rookie contract because they weren't sure where he was going to play, but they're listing him as a defensive end, and so he'll get $3 million less. Now again, look, this is how can you get in? The guy is scheduled to make either $21 or $24 million in a year. $21 million. I'm guessing, I'd have to go back, I worked for 50 years. Starting off as a car hop, like a lot of people did, and worked at a florist and did a lot of things, and that was minimum wage, so that wouldn't amount to much. But I never had a really, what you call a great salary in anything I've done. And I am sure that my lifetime earnings would not be anywhere close to $21 million. Wouldn't probably be half. Might not be 10% of that. I don't know. I've never stopped to think about it. That's in 1 year, $21 million. Play and retire. If you're not happy with the contract extension, play and retire. $21 million. But the way it is now, because I guess Watt signed for $41 million.
Absolutely.
And that's the most by any non-quarterback. And so Micah Parsons, whatever the deal he thought he had, a handshake deal, now obviously the agent says, well, look, we got to compare. If he's got a handshake deal, take it. That's probably for 30 something. I think it was for $35 million or something like that. It's just hard to grasp these discussions that go on.
And the longer it drags on, someone else is going to make more than Watts.
That's right. And
then what are you going to do? By waiting, if they wanted to wait until actually this option year, this final year of the contract is over for Parsons, what's it going to be a year from now?
I don't know, but maybe they don't want him after a year. But the other thing is, some of his teammates are pretty outspoken in his support.
Oh, absolutely.
So what does this do to your locker room?
Absolutely.
It is important. Your locker room chemistry is important. Great chemistry doesn't always relate to wins. My team, the Baltimore Orioles, those guys loved each other. They were a group. They hated to see this trading start. They knew the rumors were there. I'm reading stories about Ryan O'Hearn. He is trying to savor every minute, including his last game, which was Wednesday, knowing he was probably going to get traded. Cedric Mullins, a lifetime Oriole, didn't want to be traded, but he knew he was about to be. So just because you have great chemistry in the clubhouse, it doesn't mean you're going to win. And just because you have lousy chemistry, like the Yankees in the late 70s or the Oakland A's in the early 70s, doesn't mean you're not going to win. But it's got to be disturbing when guys in the dressing room are saying, this he's a great defensive player, we're not going to pay him. Then you start thinking, well, do they want to win? And then they talk about, well, we're a Super Bowl contender. Well, if you are, do you not want one of your best, if not the best defensive players on your team?
And have they not created a double standard to a degree? Because they basically have always folded.
Guys.
Yeah. They've always folded, on the other hand, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty. Did that even with Emmitt Smith. Did it with Ezekiel Elliott. They did it with others where they found out they couldn't actually win without them. Might not always win every game with them, but they certainly weren't winning without them, and then they have to pay the price. That just doesn't make sense to me. Good business sense to me.
And then you pay your quarterback $60 million.
Who has been injury-prone lately.
Won one playoff game as a starting quarterback. And you compare him to all the other quarterbacks that have been good in the NFL, and they win games here, win playoff games. Hey, Daniels at Washington, his first year, won, 2 playoff games and got him to the AFC.
As a rookie.
Got him to the NFC Finals. And Dak Prescott has never done that. And yet you're paying him $60 million, and you're hesitant to pay your star defensive player.
Best defensive player. Now, this is from our D3 Auto Sales.
And you're worth $17 billion.
Then this is from your D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. This kind of puts things in perspective just a little bit. Said, but would you be opposed to trading Micah for picks to get to the position to get Arch Manning? Now, number one, there's no assurances that next year that he's going to come out. Exactly. Yeah. I would think it'd be a great move to have the future and the waiting. Dak doesn't have but maybe 3 decent years left, so I'd like to not find the next star quarterback.
Well, number one, he hadn't even started a game yet, so we're already making him the number one.
He has started some games, but not as the real
Texas.
True starter. Yeah,
that's right.
Ewers got hurt last year.
Right.
I think he started 3 games.
Yeah, you're right.
Drive Time Sports will continue.
Mosquito Joe has been the go-to service for mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas all across Arkansas. Making outside fun again for Arkansans is our passion. But over the past few years, there's been an increasing problem outside.
Fire ants.
Bingo. They're everywhere now. And if you've ever gotten to a pile of them, and I'm sure you have, you immediately know.
Outside is not fun.
Yep. That's why Mosquito Joe is now providing fire ant control. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
The board-certified fellowship-trained physicians at Martin Orthopedics provide complete care for students, adults, and athletes. At Martin Orthopedics, the surgeons and staff pay exceptional attention to every patient's needs. When you go to Martin Orthopedics, every member of the team aims to help patients return to their normal daily activities or playing the sport they love without pain. Whether it's your knee, hip, or shoulder, the physicians at Martin Orthopedics stand ready to assist. For more information or to set up your consultation online, go to martinortho.care.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
We know it, and we're proud of it. 103.7 The Buzz.
State police provide updates into the investigation into the killings at Devil's Den State Park. Troopers believe 28-year-old Andrew James McGann attacked Clinton Kristen Brink in front of their 2 kids in a random act of violence. There are still no known connections between McGann and the Brink family. Investigators tell us the Brink's daughters were able to give them a description of the man who attacked their parents. Other witness descriptions about what he wore and the car he drove helped them conclude they were looking for the owner of a black Kia Stinger. ASP Major Stacy Rhodes says McGann was arrested at a Springdale barbershop within an hour of becoming their suspect. Items found at his house apparently matched those in the photograph police released, showing him from behind. Major Rhodes says they did find knives there as well, but don't know if any of them are the murder weapon as of yet. State police say Clinton was attacked and Kristen rushed their girls to safety before returning to help her husband. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
A cold front has pushed through the state, allowing cooler temperatures on this Friday with highs in the mid to upper 80s and a 20% chance of showers throughout today. Partly cloudy conditions expected overnight, lows in the mid to upper 60s. Cooler temperatures last throughout the weekend with highs both Saturday and Sunday in the mid to upper 80s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jockstraps, brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their game balls and jockstraps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by 8 Caddies Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for game balls and jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Jay Vandover, Steve Ferguson, or Alex Blake in Little Rock today.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Alrighty now, this is it, man. The final countdown. Summer's almost over, and so is the Summer Auto Loan Special at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Only a few weeks left to grab ultra-low rates started at 1.99% with no payments for 90 days and 84 months to pay it off. New, used, or refinanced 2023, 24, and 25 models, they all qualify. Don't sit on this. The offer ends August 30th. Step into the future and save big, but you better move fast. Apply at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
Arkansas is known for its beauty. Rolling hills, scenic fields and valleys, and beautiful rivers run through our state. We want to keep Arkansas beautiful, but we need your help. Do your part by not littering and by keeping your community clean. Register for a local cleanup or become a litter grabber to fight litter at your own pace. Your community needs you. Join us in keeping Arkansas beautiful. Visit keeparkansasbeautiful.com to learn more. This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 collar-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. The improvements continue at the Rainwater household, thanks to First Security Bank and the home equity line of credit. What we asked First Security, give us how much equity we have in our home. And when we came back and found out we had some dollars that we could utilize, then we said, let's do it. There's home improvements. They're always ongoing. You know, that at least it's not at the level it was the first time. But nevertheless, low rate, local service, and we can use the funds for home improvements, debt consolidation, vacation, college tuition, and more. Now, we've been using ours, again, for home improvements. We have an older home, and there's things that need to be done. One of those is a makeover in the bathroom downstairs. It needs a huge makeover. So get cash for home improvements. Find out the equity you have in your home. Put that money to good use. Do it at First Security Bank, only in Arkansas. Remember, FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. That's First Security Bank. Rick, you may have seen this headline today. The Chicago Cubs to host the 2027 MLB All-Star Game. Mm-hmm. First time at Wrigley Field since 1990.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's one of the smaller ballparks. It's one of the oldest ballparks, that in Fenway Park. I guess sometimes you can feel like, well, hey, if we're old and all of that, we get overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously one of the most historic parks in Major League Baseball. So, I guess it's time. You know, why not? They were in Atlanta this year at the newest ballpark, or one of the newest, maybe it's still the newest ballpark, and really a gorgeous place to play. So why not? Sounds good to me.
1947, 1962, and 1990. Those are the last times that Chicago and Wrigley Field have hosted the All-Star Game.
Yeah. Now Comiskey Park hosted the first one in 1933 because it was the idea of a Chicago sports writer, and it was to raise money. I think it was originally to raise money for the players' pension fund because there wasn't one. And so that's why all the players immediately agreed to play. They got a benefit out of it. But, yeah, I don't know how many times it's been at the White Sox ballpark, but just 3 times at Wrigley. It rotates around. It's a big deal. That's why people want to build newer and better. I know the Texas Rangers would like to host one with their new ballpark. Yeah, they did. That's right. They did a couple of years. You actually went. That was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I know part of Camden Yards, as they talk about rebuilding around there, they want to host an all-star game again. They did many years ago. In one of the early years they were there. I guess it's a big financial boom. I've never been one that just, would I like to go? Yeah, if I had a chance to, but I don't crave going. But there are a lot of people that do. And it's interesting because when they canceled that thing in Atlanta a few years ago, they did it for political reasons, which was really ironic because the ones that got hurt most were black businesses in that area. And so they talked about the loss of revenue, and it was in the double-figure millions, $60-70 million. That's what it cost Atlanta for that one game. So I'm sure it brought an economic boost to Atlanta this year. It's hard to imagine one game does that, but it does. So good luck to Wrigley Field.
All right, so let's say, for instance, who gets the money for the sales of tickets? for the All-Star game? Does that go directly to MLB?
I don't know the answer to that. Again, it was set up originally as the money went into the Players' Pension Fund, but we're talking about 1933. And I think it was still that way in the 60s. I'm not sure, since free agency has come in, whether that's still the case. I don't know. I'll see if I can research it real quick and find out.
No, I'm just curious, because what is the benefit except for the local economy?
Oh, local economy, definitely. Yeah.
To be hosting that event, that game. Yeah. Does the city of Chicago have to pay MLB for the rights?
No.
So it's just basically awarded.
Yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't have anything to do with it may have something to do with the city, but it's because we obviously have to have enough hotels and all of that.
Right.
But it's more about the team and how long has it been since the team has hosted one, and it's obviously been a while for the Cubs.
Yeah. This one is, I always love these kind of polls, only because in what they did, this was on CBS Sports, ranking all 32 teams by all-time quarterback history. Ranking all 32 teams by all-time quarterback history. When you start hearing some of the names, now I just have the top three. I admit, I only have the top three. I didn't pull up the entire story to get the entire, how many there is, 32. The other 29. At number 3, they have the Indianapolis Colts, which really, they are combining at least partially back when Indianapolis was the Baltimore Colts, because their top quarterbacks, and there's no argument, I think, about these quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Johnny Unitas, Andrew Luck, Burt Jones. Pretty good top 4 right there.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm guessing, well, I know for a fact, the only 2 right now that's not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame is Luck and Jones. Number 2 is the San Francisco 49ers. They had some pretty rich history of quarterbacks. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Y.A. Tittle. And see, I think of Tittle more with the New York Giants than I do with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
But the other name is John Brody. So Montana and Young and Brody, I definitely can relate to the 49ers, but not quite sure about Y.A. Tittle.
No, I know you're on a different subject, but let me go back here just a minute. Okay. Major League Baseball All-Star Game generates significant revenue. First of all, Major League Baseball receives substantial revenue from national television broadcasting rights, sponsorships, merchandise sales, and other related income streams associated with the All-Star Game. A significant portion of this revenue is then subject to revenue sharing among the 30 MLB teams, although the exact sharing formula and percentages may be outlined in the collective bargaining agreement between MLB and the Players Association. Hosting the All-Star Game brings substantial economic activity to the host city. They estimate that it was $50 million to Atlanta this year, and but it can surpass $100 million. It says at times. Host city gets increased tax revenues, hotel occupancy taxes, sales tax for the players. Players participating in the All-Star Game receive compensation and bonuses as outlined in the collective bargaining agreement. Players on the winning team get a bonus of $25,000 per player. Players who agree to wear microphones, which is a cool deal, they get an extra $15,000.
What?
Yeah, just to wear the microphone, yep. And then some players may also have clauses in their contracts that provide bonuses for being selected. So that's where the money goes.
Now, what did you say about ticket sales, though?
Well, that's included in the revenue.
Okay.
So TV, sponsorships, merchandise, tickets. Yeah.
Tickets. Okay.
That all gets lumped into one thing. The host team probably gets something for hosting it. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, MLB then is the one that sets the ticket prices.
Yes.
Okay. All right, finishing up real quick because we have a caller waiting.
But I just researched that. So.
Thank you. From the Green Bay Packers, that being number 1, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Bart Starr. Pretty good bunch. I also thought maybe they might have had the Steelers on there, and they probably do, maybe at number 4 and number 5, because they've had a pretty good run at one time of quarterbacks. Maybe not so much recently, but they have in times past. Bobby, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Well, when I heard that the Cubs were going to have the All-Star game, I put a call into my brother and said, hey, I'm coming to Chicago next year. If you guys have not been to Wrigley Field lately, it will blow you away. That whole downtown area has just like blossomed. I mean, there's nightclubs and restaurants and bars and nice condos. You know, that guy that bought the Cubs, he built this beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
A lot of the purists don't like it, but, you know, it's a beautiful hotel. They've done an amazing job on updating Wrigley Field. I mean, it's really a showpiece. It really is.
It's called
and
Wrigley
I'm
Field.
sure that's part of the reason why that
yeah,
they got it.
You're right. Yeah, the whole area is called Wrigleyville. Wrigleyville. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Wrigleyville. And Rick, I don't know why the heck they don't sink a bunch of money into Camden Yards.
That's what they're planning to do. They've got money set aside. Next year's big deal is a scoreboard that's 2.5 times the size of which is still the original scoreboard from 1992. Better audio system, but yes, they want to build some things around the ballpark that will draw people to be there year round. That's the thought process.
I've never been to Camden Yards. Is it in an area that would lend itself to development?
It's hard to say because there's a Hilton right there by it, and then there's a Marriott where we stayed 2 blocks away, and it's got a lot of city buildings. They're going to have to tear something down because if you go, I don't know directions there too well, but there's, say, the Hilton on one side and the Ravens football stadium is on the other side, and there's parking for both in between, but I don't see a lot of room to put a lot of stuff. Now, you can tear some things down and build new and all that. It's 6 blocks from Inner Harbor. Inner Harbor in the 80s and 90s was phenomenal. It was vibrant. There was stuff going in there all the day. Now, it's still the Chesapeake Bay, and there's still some nice things to do, but a lot of the businesses and restaurants have disappeared from that area. So evidently they're going to put a lot of money into that too. So that'll give you a 6-block area where it's going to be pretty cool with baseball in the Inner Harbor. But that's, I don't know, if that's 3 to 5 years away. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I hope my brother can get us some tickets.
27. Not next year. It's 27.
Oh, 27. I'll wait till 27. Yeah, I'd love to go.
Well, you said you were going next year. It's 27.
You're
so excited you can't wait.
I get confused.
Just go see the Cubs. That's probably a game. Say there with the Cubs playing probably would be more entertaining than the All-Star game. I would think.
Well, you're probably right, but Rick, honest to God, the party the week before the All-Star game is not that you really would care, but it's something else.
Oh, I've heard, yeah. I've heard.
I mean,
and the whole
people come to town to do nothing but party.
Bobby, I care. Rick may not care. I care.
Well, and I think they've got fan experience things that are going on during the daytime. You see the home run derby at night. You see the All-Star game at night. But I think it's a lot like when you go to the SEC football championship, or they've got all these activities for kids and stuff around the All-Star game, which would be a pretty cool deal too.
Rick, where's your favorite, other than Camden Yards, where's your favorite baseball stadium?
Well, I'm not one that's been to a lot of them. My brother's been to all but 2, and I've never been to the Pirates Stadium. He says it's the best, and he said San Francisco is next. My favorite places to go, I love going to Kauffman Stadium, where the Royals play, and I'll tell you why. The ticket prices are very reasonable, and the parking is phenomenal. They've got this huge parking lot that the Royals use and the Chiefs use, and they obviously have to build it for the Chiefs because there's more cars. The Royals
and you're not a country mile away.
Yeah, the Royals want to move downtown, and I get it. It's a totally different deal. When you go to Royal Stadium, if you're looking out over the left field wall, you're looking at the interstate, and there's not a lot there. There is nothing around it. In other words, if you're talking about things to do, but Royals fans tailgate, which is kind of cool because they got this huge parking lot. When you go to Baltimore, you're in the heart of you're near downtown. You're right there by downtown, by the Inner Harbor and all that, and there's kind of more of a buzz walk into the ballpark and things. St. Louis is like that. I like going to the Cardinal games and they've built
Bingo.
I love St. Louis.
Yep.
They've built some activities around the ballpark. I do not like Globe Life Stadium. I know they've built some stuff around it, but it's domed and they never open the roof, which I don't like that. Same thing. I've been to Minute Maid. It's okay, but they leave the roof on most of the time, and I don't like dome stadiums. I've been to the Arizona Diamondback Stadium. Same thing. Hey, if it's 110 degrees every day, you got to dome it. I've never been to any of the ballparks in California, so I can't speak to those.
Well, we went to see the San Diego Padres one time, and of course the weather is so beautiful in San Diego.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't have air conditioners in their house, if you can believe that.
Wow.
So it's it's that nice. But anyway, well, look, you guys, I appreciate you. I didn't realize you were on until 7. I thought you got off at 6, so I'm glad I'm headed to Little Rock and just thought I'd give you a call.
Well, thank you. Thanks for doing that.
And
okay, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
So you've been to Yankees. You've been to the new Yankee Stadium. I haven't been there. I didn't mention Fenway. I've been there many times, and it's a historic park, and it's cool. What's cool about Fenway is walking outside the park, and they've got all the banners for when they won the World Series in like 1903 and 1912 and all of that, and then of course the newer ones, and they've got this absolutely humongous merchandise store right across the street. There's a nice Orioles store at Camden Yards. There's a nice Royals deal at Kansas City. You could probably combine Kansas City, St. Louis, and Baltimore, and it's not as big as this Red Sox store across the street. It's absolutely huge. So why Pat Bradley doesn't have a better hat, I don't know. I mean, it's so easy to get one, but there's just, every ballpark is unique, and I'm sure they all have some things that you really like.
It's hard to buy that luck that he has with his hat. It's a good luck hat.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
I don't think so.
You hadn't seen Patrick's hat. I'm not sure that thing could be good luck or not.
I mean, this is 10 years ago. I don't know if he still wears that hat or not.
Okay, when's the last time?
He doesn't have a new one, though. We know that.
Yeah, because we took that picture probably
it's been
20-plus years ago. Yeah.
Now, was it 20 years ago?
I bet it's close to 20 years.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was pathetic. For those who don't know, they had this big billboard, and you're all wearing a baseball hat. They had a bunch of Traveler stuff. You could wear Traveler stuff, and Pat made it. He wore this Boston Red Sox hat that I guess he bought it at a place where you give stuff away.
No, the Pilgrims brought it over.
Yeah, maybe so, but it was pathetic. And so I looked. I immediately went. There was I don't know if they had Lids stores back then, but they had stores that had baseball hats. So I went to the mall there in Little Rock, looking for one. But then when he said his hat size, he's got kind of a big head, and nobody had a hat. Nobody had a Red Sox hat in that size, so I couldn't get it for him. But I figure, the guy works at the SEC Network. He's probably pulling down a much more money than I am. Surely he can buy a Boston Red Sox hat.
Oh, poor Patrick. You take a beating no matter whether you're here or not. By the way, this from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. This came from the 479. It said, have you ever had the Emperor's Cut Filet at the Riverfront Steakhouse? 12 ounces, looks amazing.
You're going to read that again?
Well, no, because there's been a follow-up to it. You said,
yeah.
Yeah? I said something like, what? You got to be kidding. Yep, it's on the menu. Have Dr. Google look it up. Well, I looked it up for myself.
Yeah, I looked it up too.
And I'm looking at the menu. Holy smokes.
It's probably not on the $29.99 special, is it?
No, but I look at this, and it makes the 2 for $60 that much of a greater deal.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Because the 10-ounce filet, and then they had the 12-ounce filet, Emperor's Cut.
Huh.
Holy smokes, they do. I thought the New York Strip. Oh, no, I'm thinking of something different than the New York Strip. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, I'm thinking of the ribeye. Because it's 18 ounces. Ribeye is 18 ounces. 18-ounce ribeye, yeah. Wow. And then they have a 16-ounce New York Strip.
Now I wish the show was over at 6 so I can go eat. Thanks, guys.
Oh, my. Porterhouse, 24 ounces.
Oh, my gosh.
24-ounce porterhouse. Okay, during the break, I'm calling Shapur. Right now.
Put me on Randy's tab, Shapur.
Yep, I'm on my way, buddy. On my way. All right. Name this player, Dr. Google, because you're going to be included.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh, here he goes.
I got to get the computer out.
Here he goes.
Like, I'm inferior to you guys.
Well, ask it quick.
This player set the national high school career rushing record with 12,124.
12,000? Is that 1 year or career?
That is a career.
That's got to be a career. 12,000 yards.
Surpassed Ken Hall's 59-year standing record.
Wow.
He set the SEC record for most rushing yards in a single season, 2,219. In 2020, I became one of only 8 players in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season. Who is this player?
From the SEC. And he's got to be from the 20 teens.
Think about the one of the most recent players. I'll say that because Saquon Barkley eclipsed 2,000 last year.
Well, wasn't Derrick Henry, was it?
Well, that's what I'm looking up to see when he played because I couldn't remember what year it was.
Derrick Henry is the correct answer.
Yeah, I pulled up his Wikipedia.
I didn't pull up anything.
No,
I just
you don't
guessed.
have to. You're Wikirikia. Wikipedia.
Wow,
That's it. Wikipedia.
What a career. 12,124 yards in high school.
Every day in Arkansas, children face crises like poverty, instability, and family separation. But there is hope. Arkansas Family Alliance connects community members like you to urgent needs like beds, clothing, food, and more through the Care Portal platform. Over 1,300 families have already been impacted. You can help reach even more by becoming a community champion. Whether you're part of a business, church, team, or just want to serve, learn how to get involved at arfamilyalliance.org or call 4769-4110 because strong families build strong communities.
Fort Thompson has been at it for 40 years, and to celebrate, you can register to win prizes throughout the fall. Grand prize, a Polaris Ranger crew cab. No sales tax August 8th and 9th. Shop sales tax free, in-store and online. Fort Thompson and Sherwood.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff today.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Serious injuries happen every day. If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8. Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton. 888-8888. Anywhere in the state, dial 8. We've got you covered, Arkansas.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton. Calling all agents for the $950,000 Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries daily in August and September to win huge free play prizes or a 2025 BMW. Join us August 30th and September 27th when 10 lucky spies will win up to $10,007 in free play or your own getaway car. A 2025 BMW. You've got your mission. Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
What's up, everyone? It's Christian Weaver for The Zone. On Monday, Justin Aker will be on the road at War Memorial for the announcement of the Wooded Rock Touchdown Club guest for the year. We'll see what David Basil has in store for us. We'll also be talking about Arkansas Fall Camp. Trey Biddy will join us to get down in the weeds with that, thanks to Tiretown Point S. And then, of course, we'll have our entertainment report thanks to Bell and Sword, and birthday trivia thanks to Brewskis. It's all that and much more Monday in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. You're safe at home with Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event still happening at Crain Hyundai of Little Rock and North Little Rock. 2 locations, Warden Road in North Little Rock, Colonel Glenn Road in Little Rock. The 0% deal for 60 months still on the table for the new, that's right, new Santa Fe's and the new, that's right, Palisades. Had a chance to take a look at the 26s. They are sharp. It's the 25s where you'll get the 0% interest. And hearing from Heath at Crain Hyundai of Little Rock, 20 left. I believe that's all he said of the 2025s, 20. You can drive payment-free for 90 days. You get America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, Hyundai assistance along with the Crain commitment. Love it or leave it. And the new Elantris, which is a very sharp vehicle, kind of like a sports coupe. $23,499. They start at just $23,499. You're going to save thousands and lower your payments. And yes, the banks are saying yes. So check them out now at Crain Hyundai of Little Rock, which is, again, Colonel Glenn Road off of I-430 and off of 16767, which has a new name. I think it's 59, something like that. Warden Road in North Little Rock. Check them out or go online at crainteam.com and check out all the great deals right there at crainteam.com. Love it or leave it. That's the guarantee. That is Crain Hyundai of Little Rock and North Little Rock. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Micah said he was open to getting a deal done before what? Because he didn't care about the money. He cared about getting a long-term Cowboy contract. I was reading this during the break, Rick, and I like what he had to say in his letter to Stephen Jones, the executive vice president of the Dallas Cowboys. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Good for him.
You like that?
I do.
Don't you hate that it came to that?
Oh, absolutely.
You can like that, but don't you hate that it came to that?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
But I hate that for him because he's right. He's laid it on the line. I mean, you see this guy. Okay, I'm watching the Cowboys last year. They're getting beat by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he's still out there. Parsons is still out there.
Yeah.
And he's giving everything he's got. And a couple times he did actually limp off the field because he was getting banged up. But when he came back out there, he did the same thing again. Gave 100% effort. And I respect what he has to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough situation. You made that your home. and all you want to do is be treated fairly.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they're playing hardball.
Well, again, a lot of the Cowboy players have sided with him.
Yeah.
And they're saying pay him. So that's pretty interesting too, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I know they're not going to have mutiny, but probably, but against the Cowboy administration, because those guys are still paying the salaries. But when the players all like a guy, and he's good, it's not like liking a guy and they like him. I mean, he's really good, and they're saying, look, pay this guy because he needs to be on the team, and management hasn't. Stephen Jones admitted he hadn't talked to Parsons' agent. Really?
CeeDee Lamb, who is the star receiver,
who got paid late last year, but did get paid,
posted this message on Twitter on Friday. He says, "Never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular. Dog, pay him."
And who's he calling dog? The ownership?
Yep.
Jerry? That's probably not a good idea.
Yep.
But yeah. Oh well.
Well, no, actually, when he says "never fails, dog," I'm sure he's talking to Parsons. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
His teammate. Never fails, dog. Meaning, this goes on all the time with the Cowboys. It's the same old every year. Every contract negotiation with the superstar ends up this way.
They won the Super Bowl in 1995.
Oh, that was the way we were.
This is that's 30 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little. All right, changing gears for a moment.
Think about that. They won in 1995. The Baltimore Ravens have won twice since then.
Hasn't Tampa Bay won since then?
Tampa Bay has won twice since then. One with Brady, one without him.
Yep.
I mean, you can start naming all these teams that have won Super Bowls since then.
Even the Giants have won a couple.
Yeah, that's right. The Eagles. So that's teams in their division. The Eagles and the Giants have both won Super Bowls.
Was Glenn Fry with the Eagles at that time?
Might have been. Could have been.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard for him to win a Super Bowl when you're taking it easy.
He can in the long run.
Yeah, that's right. In the long run. It is because they had a new kid in town.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about him.
And when you win a Super Bowl, you got a peaceful, easy feeling.
This is our D3.
You're lying eyes to me, man. I'll meet you at Seven Bridges Road, guys.
This is our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Cowboys need new leadership. Jerry and Stephen Jones are not fit to be owning an NFL team by refusing to pay their best players.
Well, they're probably not the only owners who refuse to pay their best players in any sport. So that's just – there are very few owners like the Mets owner. That guy, he's worth billions, and he's willing to spend whatever it takes to win.
Isn't that the case? Yes.
Yeah. Now, they haven't won yet, but they made some good trades. They are in the hunt. And, of course, they paid Juan Soto. They are in the hunt because he doesn't mind spending money. And yet, look what he did to Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's a guy that hit over 50 home runs a year for him.
Made the All-Star team this year.
Yeah, and he's only, 30 years old, and he wouldn't sign him to a long-term deal, so he gets him up for a one-year deal. And he's having a good year, and maybe he'll sign him again.
Man,
Alonso is like, all he wants to do is be a Met.
I would love to settle for $25 million a year.
Oh, my gosh.
Jag, what's up? Good afternoon.
Oh, hello. Hello, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good to listen to you.
Thank you.
Hey, I think this is because the fact that soccer has gained in popularity.
Soccer is gaining popularity, so how does that affect something else? Is that it?
I don't know. I guess Jag made his.
I guess he hit the road.
I was wondering if it's an Eagles
In fact,
reference.
he hit the road, Jag.
Yeah. Wow.
And he can come back, but anyway.
So soccer's gaining popularity.
I don't know. I heard him say that, but I really couldn't put it in reference. I guess he's talking the Dallas-Fort Worth area is the reason why they're so confused on how much they want to pay him. This from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. Yeah, from Kansas, no less. You know, I'm so tired of these athletes that seem to want to control these organizations by saying they don't want to be there anymore. So go sit down and don't freaking play.
Yeah, and it has changed a lot. You know, the first guy I think of when you say something like that is Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks played for the Cubs. He was a rookie sometime. I think he's 1954. He was a rookie. He was older by 1969, the first year.
He looked old from day one.
Well, but no, Ernie Banks didn't. But the first year, 1969, even after he'd played for 15 years, was the first time the Cubs contended for a pennant. That whole time. And yet you never heard him say, I want to play somewhere else. It was, let's play two. This is a great place to play. He loved being a Cub. And they were decent in 1970, and shortly after that, his career was over. But he played for losing teams year after year after year. Never complained. Never said, I want to be traded. They wouldn't have traded him anyway. He's too good. And back then, the owners had total control over the players. I get that. And you couldn't move around. But they weren't paying him even percentage-wise. If you look at cost of living then and cost of living today, salaries weren't nearly then what they are now. But players knew if they complained, that's fine, but it got you nowhere, so they played. They loved to play. And I think players still love to compete and play the game, but money has changed a lot. You know, in every college, I mean, we talked about it in college athletics till we're blue in the face, too, so it's just changed everything.
All about money. All about money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is my D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. The K is a great stadium. I guess that means Kaufman.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
The K.
That's what they call it, the K. Yep. Yeah, I like going there, but here's the thing about Kauffman Stadium. Unless they're playing the Yankees or the Dodgers and it's a premium ticket, you can sit in the upper deck. Is if you're in the, say, first three rows of the upper deck, you almost have the same view as the press box. And that's the view we've had for years, the press box view, and it's really good. And you know what? You pay somewhere between $20 and $28 for a ticket. That same ticket in St. Louis is probably going to cost you $75. So Kansas City is a great bargain. Now, I don't know if it's going to be that way for long. They're under new ownership. Again, they want to build a downtown stadium. That'll all be nice, and all the ticket prices will go up, and parking will be impossible. But right now, it's a great bargain. I'm going there in a week and a half. I'm going there to see 3 games, just for baseball.
This from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. Once Jerry ran Jimmy out, I was done with him. He is still treating his best employees like dogs. Dog. All right, we'll come back and wrap this up in a moment. You realize that was such a ticklish spot for Dr. Google.
It's like hearing my dad use common terminology.
Drive Time Sports will continue.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality, used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mud Slayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out HondaofRussellville.com.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendrick Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. The world was saddened to hear of Air India flight AI-171 crashing shortly after takeoff, killing 241 passengers. Everyone on board except Kumar Ramesh, the sole survivor. He said, "I don't know how I survived. I thought I was going to die. But when I opened my eyes, I realized I was alive." It has been called a miracle in Seed 11A, a testimony to the resilience of the human spirit. Double B's can help when you're in a hurry, where you can pay at the pump with your Exxon or Phillips 66 mobile apps at all of our 34 stores. Swing by Double B's today, because Double B's is where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's. Seriously, Double B's. See you there.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Have you been thinking about building a new home? Have you talked to Hawks Homes yet? Because they can build one for you. If you can dream it, they can build it. We think, most of us think at least, 3 bedrooms. That's almost the perfect size, right? How about 4 bedrooms? Get a little bit bigger home now. Well, if you got a big family, how about 5 bedrooms? Yeah, Hawks Homes can build you, if it's not on the lot, they can build you a 5-bedroom home for under $110,000. That's right. In fact, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms starting at just $55 a square foot. Now, they got a tremendous selection, both in Conway and Bryant. Maybe you don't want something that large, or maybe, or just maybe, you're looking for that little lake house, or maybe duck club, or a hunting club, classroom, whatever it may be. They have the right size for you, and it can be delivered in 2 weeks if you choose one off the lot, and maybe it takes a little longer, and they can custom design one for you of your dreams. Delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat and air conditioning. Hawks Homes have the largest inventory in the state. 2 locations, Conway and Bryant. And if you don't have land, that's not a problem. need dirt work, utilities, not a problem. They can factor it all into your loan. One loan. And they can even help with the down payment. Check them out at hawkshomes.net. That's hawkshomes.net. Better yet, take that short drive either to Conway or Bryant and check out your next dream home at Hawks Homes of Conway and Bryant, or go online at hawkshomes.net. All right, let's see here. What have I got left that I need to get to? There we go. This is from Lewis, our man Lewis, from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Hey, Randy, this is Lewis. Being the Cowboy fan that I am, I've had many heartaches in one night.
Heartaches by the number.
Heartache tonight. It's a heartache tonight.
Back to the Eagles again, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's what he's referencing. In one night. Yeah. One is the lonely number, though.
Yes.
That's Three Dog Night.
Yes.
This from Chainsaw Dave by way of our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Did I miss it? The story of the week. Did Rick's wife get the Hyundai Palisades?
Oh.
Haven't been able to listen the entire show. Been helping a neighbor next door move some stuff. This is big stuff, Chainsaw Dave. So, with that being properly said, well, here we go. Did Adelaide Schaeffer actually get a new Palisades?
Oh, boy. Well, you shouldn't ask these questions on the air. Look, they were nice as can be. She went and looked at it. Did not make that decision yesterday. So that does not in any way, shape, or form make it any less than. We know we love Hyundais. I'm driving one. But that was not what she wanted at this time in her life.
You can still say, baby, you can drive my car.
So, anyway, that doesn't make it less than. It's a great vehicle. I got excited by the 2026. They didn't have any 26s on the lot. She looked at the 25.
They do a Little Rock.
Yeah, she looked at the 25. And anyway, thank you for asking. But, you know, I don't want to. I love Hyundai as a sponsor. And so.
Chainsaw Day. There you have it.
I'm sorry.
There you have it. I mean, that's as close as we can get you right off. I mean, that's right. Breaking news right there. So.
I don't know if that's breaking news, but
it got broke.
Anyway, and I texted Caleb after Adelaide went and looked at it, thanked him profusely. They couldn't have been nicer. Heath couldn't be nicer on the air. But, you know, I'm guessing for all the people that walk into car dealerships, more of them don't buy than do. If more of them bought than didn't buy, they'd be out of vehicles every day. Wouldn't you think?
That's what you would think, yes.
Yeah. So.
This, by the way, verified by way of our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line from Lewis. Says, hey, Randy, this is Lewis. Yes, I was sticking with the Eagles song there.
Well, he also could be singing Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly, this is Lewis, Dolly. Remember? Louis Armstrong sang that.
It is a wonderful world.
Oh, he sang that one, too.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if you guys know this or not. The majority of my radio career has been doing music, and you can catch me playing a lot of the songs we've been talking about on our sister station as soon as I'm done here.
Yeah, it'll be a heartache when I get it on. Never mind. All right.
For him, it's late at night. It's a hard day's night.
No, he gets off early.
I've been working 8 days a week.
Really?
Yeah. It's another Beatles reference.
Yes, I know.
Okay. I work 24/8.
24/8.
That's how hard I work.
That's unusual. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, where's Hey Jude when you need it?
No.
We don't want to hear that.
No. Okay.
Hey, so if I put that up on my personal social about what's the story, and actually tagged the PA announcer to find out if there is a story about why Hey Jude is the song that gets used a lot, even though there's a lot of pushback. He has not responded yet, but both of the DJs from basketball and football have messaged, and then everybody started tagging in songs that we need to replace it with, which I thought was kind of funny.
But yet, there is no explanation for why Hey Jude continues to be played.
And what was the number one song it should be replaced with? If you take so far what people have said, have any of them gotten several votes?
Yeah, Thunderstruck, but that gets played already.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we can put it up to the text line here and see what people come up with over the weekend.
I think you need to feed that feedback to the University of Arkansas.
Well, I mean, I literally tagged the guy that does all the PA stuff, John.
Yeah, okay. I started saying because, and by the way, put in there DB. Make sure he gets full credit.
Right, I'll tag him.
Contact DB for any song references. Okay, I had this. I meant to talk about this earlier. This was off of CBS Sports. And the question was, which team predicting the first loss for all 16 SEC teams, the first loss of the year. So looking at the schedule, I would not dare think it would be Alabama A&M. Most are not believing it's going to be to Arkansas State. According to CBS Sports, they are saying Arkansas's first loss will come to Ole Miss at Ole Miss in Oxford. There is 2 games. Actually, you could stack up 3 games in a row. Maybe if you want to go even further, 4 games in a row. You could have picked easily from Ole Miss, yes, Memphis, because the game's at Memphis, and it'd be a tough game if it was in Fayetteville. Notre Dame, certainly. Then you have the open date, which Arkansas should win that one. And then on October the 11th, you're right back on the road against Tennessee. But they're saying Ole Miss, Arkansas will drop the 3rd game of the season against Ole Miss. Do you not believe, Rick, when we're talking about pivotal games, Ole Miss this season might be as pivotal of any game that Arkansas have this season?
Could be, because Ole Miss doesn't, they lost a lot. Now, they used the transfer portal and brought in a lot. But I would say that there's a chance that Arkansas could go to Ole Miss and win. They've done it before.
That's what I'm thinking. Better win that one. Wouldn't it be nice to go into that Notre Dame game being 4-0?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Buzz animal cruelty. Spay and neuter your pet. Have a great weekend. For Rick Schaeffer, I'm Randy Rainwater. So long, everybody.
No matter what you do.
Oh, you were finished.
We can't be stopped.
Oh, well, allow me to retort.
103.7 The Buzz.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
KABZ, Little Rock.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep. I saw an ad the other day, and I thought, no wonder people don't trust car dealers. I looked up the